Alrighty, I am back. I'm back. And I saw that, and guess what? Look at this. Look at this. I got the chat to work again. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I got it to work again. Isn't that cool? You guys are back on the screen. Back on the menu, boy. Also, Spot, can you pull up the Nakarkos' theme while we wait for people to come back? Is that shit copyrighted? I don't know if it is. I don't know if it is. Hello, everyone. Welcome back in. Welcome back in. We are going to be continuing our talk on the Nakarkos. And by the way, I think we spent 2.5 hours or so on Lagiacrus. And yeah, we spent like 2.5 hours on Lagiacrus. Is any Monster Hunter theme copyrighted? I think so. Is it? I don't know. Some people use it, but that doesn't... Here's the thing, right? People use, like, songs, and they might not get copyrighted, but that doesn't mean you won't get copyrighted. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I think you just chill the screen. Thank you very much. Hello, Colt. Hello. You know what I think I need? You know what I think I need? A little bit of a sweet treat. You know, I still got some cake for my niece's birthday. I think I might go get some cake soon. But, okay. So, when it comes to strengths, are we done? Yes or no? Definitely my favorite just chilling so far. I will say that I think I've been doing better on my just chillings. I think I've been slowly making them, like slightly better. Like, my first just chilling screen was just like mountains with the sun in the background and like some clouds moving. The next one after that was the Halloween one, and I at least had, it was basically the same background, you know, the mountains, the clouds, but I had like a witch. I had like a witch and some ghost floating around every so often. Then I had the like normal just chatting with, hey, yo, Viper with the 10 arrows. What about this sweet treat? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I always appreciate it. Now we get an extra hour of stream, baby. Yes, sir. How is your niece, by the way? She's doing good. Her broken arm. She's going to get her cast removed in, I think, a few days now. Spottable, do you remember the land conquest Lagiacrus from Monster Hunter Explorer? No. But yeah, after the Halloween one, we just had the normal one, which was in the Windward Plains, and it was Seregios in the background, and then I had Nibblesnarf eating some meat here and there, right? Going back and forth. And then I had the Christmas one, which I really liked, which was, you know, Seregios enjoying some hot chocolate, Arzuros enjoying some honey cake, and then the ice monsters in the back chilling and playing along. And now, we even have like a little mini story, like a very little mini story of like Nursilla running away from Dasha Gulman. He's mad, grr, you know what I'm saying? Like, get away from me, right? So they go to the left side of the screen and they start fighting each other, and then they come across Lagiacrus, and he's like, hey, what the hell are you guys doing in my swamp, in my area? Get out of here. So then he starts chasing them, and he's like, grr, you know what I'm saying? Like, get out of here, right? And so he chases them off. He doesn't kill them, he just chases them off. Bro said Nursilla. Oh, my fault. I said Nursilla. Lalabrina. I'm sorry, no, Lalabrina. I said Nursilla probably, yeah. And then he chased them off, and so he's happy, he's fine. Now he's going back to his place, right? But now, Lalabrina is still over here where Dashaguma was. So that he gets mad at her all over again, and it's like a little back and forth. I like it. Spot, what program do you use to edit your videos? I use Filmora. Alright, so are we done on the positives? The strengths of Nakarkos. Are we done? Yes or no? You know, let's say, like... I mean, the bones are good defense, right? At least the bones on his back are good defense. The bones on his tendrils might not be the absolute best, but at least he has, like, protection with the bones, you know what I'm saying? I will say that he's probably just physically strong. Just say physically strong, but that's probably just like a given. Physically strong. Body is covered in bones that make good armor. I will say, where is it? Is it here? Is it here? I will say, like, his underside doesn't have armor, but he does seem to have plates. He has something here. What does he have? What does he have? Can we see it? He gets reared up, like, a second later. Oh, wait, here we go. I think this is it. Like, he goes up, and we could, like, see completely the underside of him. See, he has something here, which isn't, like, the blue squishy part that's here. He has, like, some hardened thing here. Go back to the butt, please. You want to see the butt? What is this? This is 906. Is it here? So this is the butt. Ah, here we go. This. What is this? What is this? Then there's the devious Misune here just with all the fish. Yeah, he just be chilling with all the fish. So I do like that I have been slightly a bit improving my just chilling screens. And you could definitely tell that I've been improving, because if you compare it to the first one I did, good heavens. It's definitely a big change. Abdominal scoots? Maybe? Because Nakarkos has a shell that's part of him beneath the bone armor. Really? So he has a shell. Nakarkos has a shell? He's not just like a squishy cephalobot. Well, definitely his arms don't have a shell. But maybe his main body does. It's not one piece? Oh, I can definitely tell that it's not one piece. Because there's definitely like an opening right here. Pop it. Yo, I exist. I'm just kidding. Imagine. It's like, yo, I exist. Welcome in. It's like, I just has been here the whole time. Hello, Godzilla. You haven't been here the whole time, Godzilla. I know that. I can search for a better look if you want it. Sure. Search up it. But how good... Okay, so he's at least at least he has, like, defense all over his main body, at the very least. Because, yeah, he definitely doesn't have it all over his body. Like, he doesn't have this all over his body. Like, obviously, this right here is, like, exposed weak. This is not, like, scoots or anything. This right here, this is flesh. So maybe he only has it at the bottom of his, like, his bottom side, like his bottom, right? Like, his bottom, because that's why he uses bone on top, because he doesn't have anything protecting his top. Could we see the cell in the Nakarkos video? I don't know. Could we? Let's see. That's a good question. Discord. Aha! See? So he does have wavy bits that are like, that aren't very defendable. But then he does have like a shell kind of thing at like the absolute bottom. But like middle area and top area, he doesn't have it. But like bottom here, it's like a lobster. Hold on. Wait, underside of lobster. This is for moving. Or maybe not. Maybe I'm tweaking. Because these are the legs. Maybe not. Because these are like things to help him move. Unless this is to help him move. DMs, what do you got for me? What do we got here? So this is the beak, it seems like. What in the fuck? Oh, this is what he looks like without the bones. Damn, bruh. You ugly as shit. Is that a Sadeas? Yeah, we had an entire conversation about that cult. Which we will actually probably get back into. We never finished that. So he has a little bit of armoring here on the butt and like right here. So he does have, so he does have like a shell. He has like a little shell. He has like a little shell from like right here to right here. But then like this, all this has no protecting. Which is why he has the bones on it. Oh, I thought this was the beak. No. This isn't the beak. I thought it was like a close-up of the beak. No. This is the thing. Yeah, so he does have a shell. Interesting. Bro's got booty armor. Interesting. Who the fuck is that? That doesn't matter. So he does have armoring. Now here's the thing. So his butt is pretty well protected. Because not only does he have the shell here, but he also has the bones on top of it. But how strong is this shell? Is this like, this has to be stronger than like, it's gotta be stronger than a Hermitar shell, right? Than Damio Hermitar shell, right? It's gotta be. You can see the front plates without bones there. Yeah, like this without the bones, because this has the bones, and then this is like without the bones. Wait, do you think he could ram into something because he swims backwards? Yes, he actively rams into... Yes, he can ram into you backwards. Yes, he can. Top left drawing. This? Looks like some kind of fucked up Matsu. Did you, below that? Oh. This. No. This. Right? Are you talking about like this? Like this is like his face without it? The naked one. Did you see I found a Shogun Senator in the Discord? I did see that. Ready? I did see that. Hey. So that's part of him? Oh, it is part of him. Oh, shit. Yeah, so if I were to, like, let's say if I were to just straight up, like, snap this off, like this, like from here to here, you are just cutting a piece of him off. So, like, if you were to break this, as in, like, you bust this thing, you are actually, like, hurting him. That's part of him, no? It is. Because the bone is... I mean, you could even say that this is low-key also kind of a part of him. Like, the back shelling back here. But this is the bone. So when he lifts up his, like, forehead, I guess you could say? But that's so weird. Maybe it's more of, like, a protective plate. Because if it's something that he could just easily control willy-nilly, why would he have two tendrils, two tentacles, to, like, purposely prop it up? Maybe it's, like, a loose defense that he makes even stronger using this? So he's sticking bone bits to it so that it looks like a weird skull? It already kind of looks like a weird skull. But maybe? Okay, so we do know that, like, this is not just something that can come off him. Because if this comes off him, it's like if I just ripped off a piece of your, like, if I just, like, ripped off your hand from your arm. Right? Just like your hand to your wrist, gone. So, like, if this were to ever get damaged, you are damaging him. Whereas before, I didn't actually know that. I thought this was just straight up, like, a piece of bone that was just, like, here. But it's more like... So, it's more like pieces of bones stuck together onto this. It could be the Cuddle Bone, which is a rare drop he has. Interesting. Because Lagia has elemental advantages. Well, I wouldn't say he actually has an elemental advantage. I wouldn't say that. I would just say the force of Lagiacrus's element is probably still going to be the deterrent regardless. But I wouldn't say he has the elemental advantage. Especially since this motherfucker can have a dragon beam whenever he wants. Maybe that's why we don't know what it is, because it's random crap put together. That's what I'm thinking. Because this is the shape of it. And then these are just like bone bits put on it. So like these are little bone bits. These are little bone bits. I thought it was like one big skull. Just on his head. But no. His face already has kind of a skull shape to it. It's not even his face. It's like his forehead. And then he adds bones to it. Some people say that this guy has a skeleton because his anatomy is very similar to that of a dragon, if we assume the long tentacles are modified wings. I mean, you could say so. Maybe he doesn't have a skeleton per se. I mean, maybe it's not like bone skeletons. Maybe it's like a shark. Or it's not like bones. It's technically like cartilage. But, hey! I'm mad becoming a fellow gunner. Thank you. Welcome in. Gnarly! Yo, what's going on, brother? I would say that if he does have a skeleton, it's probably not bone. It's probably cartilage. If he does have one. I'm kind of leaning he doesn't have one. But you see, right? Like the 4 legs and then the wings. Yeah, I see it. But this, you know what I'm saying? This ain't a Cantor Yukino situation with the wings and all that. I don't think so. I don't think he has bones. If he is a cephalopod, he most likely doesn't have, like, a skeleton. I should say that. He doesn't have a skeleton. I should say that he bones. Where would they fight? In the ocean. I know that's very broad, but legitimately, they would just fight in the ocean. Like, in open water, most likely. Or maybe not. Okay, very interesting. Okay, so if something were to happen to this... So before, I was under the impression that this was just a big bone protecting his face. When it's really a big plate with a bone on top of it, probably protecting his face. So, like, the bones can be broken off, and if you were to hit him, like, right here, he's taking that damage. He's taking that damage, bro. Alright, he's not as easily defensible as I thought. But also, he does also have a shell back here, which I didn't know about. I low-key just thought it was, like, completely wavy down here. I thought it was free eats down here. Apparently, he does at least have a shell. More like his chest kind of area, not really. And his, like, sides, no. But over here towards his bottom, like a clam. Yo, R, did I hit my phone? Did I hit my phone and go to different video, or did stream crash and this is a new stream because I woke up to Kane welcoming me to the digital circuits? No, the stream crashed. The stream crashed. This new stream's been up for about 23 minutes. Yeah. Okay, very interesting. Okay. Now, it's time for what you've all been waiting for. It's time for me to explain, or at least my reasoning, and like my, reasoning. Oh, I will say this real quick. I know, ADHD. When he tries to hit this bone area, this isn't, by the way, perfect. It's not one piece. You could literally see it open right here. But when he tries to smack this, it bounces off. So at the very least, we know it's strong. It's not weak. But, it's time for the Mucus explanation. Again, this is the best way I can see it. And I will give my reasoning for why I think this when I keep on talking about it, okay? Don't just hear me say something and go, you're wrong. Let me cook a bit, okay? Let me cook. That's yellow sharpness. That's green sharpness. Or was it yellow sharpness in a second? Like, oh shit, that was yellow. Never mind, that was yellow sharpness. Yellow sharpness bounces off basically everything. Never mind. Never mind. Thank you for pointing that out, Art. Thank you for pointing that out. What does it do in water? I'll let you guys know. I'll let you know. Relax. First things first, though. I'm gonna go get cake. I'm just gonna get a slice of cake. I'm gonna bring it back. Okay? Just wait a second. Just wait. Just wait. Because I'm having a little bit of a craving. That only cake can satisfy. I also do have sugar cookies, but I want cake. So, hold on. I'm gonna check something real quick. Is the OST for Monsters and Monster Hunter copyrighted. If they were to, if they were, you'd get copy struck by just playing Wilds. That's the thing. Some people, some companies are a little bit confusing on their copyright systems, because it might be like that for, let's say, Minecraft, but maybe it might be different for something else. Oh, is the... Bro, I said oh my god. Wait, my fucking thing auto-corrected. I didn't even type the right thing. Is the OST... I didn't say is the cost for Monster. Is the original soundtrack for Monsters in Monster Hunter copyrighted? Can I play Monster music on my stream? I mean, this isn't guaranteed, but at least I could get some answers. Bruh. God damn. Dang, that sucks. Volcano and peanut butter toast. I want cake, bruh. I am incapable of relaxing since I took my ex... Oh, wait. Of relaxing since my ex took the cat. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Volcano. All Monster Hunter original soundtracks are copyrighted work owned by Capcom. This includes the music from the mainline series, side series, and original orchestrated arrangements and extra albums. Even though tracks can sometimes be streamed online via during platforms like YouTube, SoundCloud, and Apple Music, the underlying copyright remains while the creators and the publishers. Unauthorized use of the OST music in streams or monetized videos may trigger copyright claims. For example, users have reported receiving YouTube copyright ID claims when in-game music like Proof of a Hero played during gameplay. Unfortunately, what most people do is mute the music and speak or replace the music with something else. I had my voice talking over the music and still got the claim. Can I not use different game Proof of a Hero? Yes, I'm not sure if you guys know this. Okay, hold on. But just because it hasn't happened doesn't mean you won't get copyrighted. You guys need to understand that. You need to understand that. Now, you can easily ask for permission or get, like, temporary license. Or not temporary license, but, like, ask for permission. Right? The copyright status applies regardless of whether the music is a part of the game or separately purchased / streamed. You do not automatically have rights to broadcast it simply because you own a copy of the game. Right? Use official streams while licensing tracks. Some already have been licensed via platforms like Spotify, Apple, or official game soundtracks purchased. However, public streaming still generally requires permission from rights from rights holders. So no, I will not be chancing it. Also, this copyrighted claims on Monster Hunter music. Hello, I've decided to start making YouTube videos on my Monster Hunter gameplays, hoping to be monetized on YouTube for them. I uploaded my gameplay. YouTube gave me a copyrighted claim for having proof of a hero in my gameplay. I've been watching various Monster Hunter YouTubers or gameplay with Monster Hunter videos, but how am I supposed to do this when the main song of Monster Hunter itself is giving copyright issues? Am I supposed to use a different version of the version from the game, different games? People have played 3 or 4 seconds of the music and been copyright claimed. The owner of the copyright no longer have to search themselves. Companies aggressively search for infringements and then report them to earn a fee. Yes. So I'm sorry, I had it opened right here. I had it opened. I'm not doing that shit. Wii music it is. You know what? Maybe I'll... How about some different goofy music? Some different goofy music. I'll be back, guys. Dinner time calls. Okay, bye, Exist. But yes. That's when I asked you guys, I'm like, is it copyrighted? And you're like, I think it's fine. I'm like, I'm not chancing that shit. See ya, bro? Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna go get some cake real quick. Listen to this goofy-ass music while these guys fight a fucking gigantic cuttlefish shooting slime at them. I'll be back in approximately 3 minutes. The cake! I have it. I'm back. I'm here. Oh, just in time for Nakarkos' death. That fucking Squidboard dead. That fucking Squidboard dead. This fucking goofy ass music. This fucking goofy ass music. This goofy music. Well, he's over here fucking dying. Oh, good heavens. I stand by the fact that Nakarkos' fight looks like a rave. Eventually it does. Welcome back. Thank you. What's taking bro so long? Sorry, I also had to get some water. And my cats want some attention. I'm back, though. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. You know it. Alright, here, let me eat at least one bite. Nope. The cake that turns you into a cow. Okay. I'm back. It's time to learn about more animals. And first, so we gotta learn about Nakarkos' mucus. And what is probably the closest thing, at least functionally, the closest thing to Nakarkos' mucus? Anyone have any guesses? Any guesses? Functionally, not like it just looks like it, but functionally works like Nakarkos' slime. Think about everything. Think about everything. Share some, please, bro. I need nutrients. Then you don't need cake. You want nutrients? Bro, go eat an apple. You don't need cake. I'm not eating this cake for nutrients. I'm eating it because I'm a fat ass. I accidentally muted myself, my fault. I don't know, Squid Ink? Brekkie slime, perhaps? Hello, I'm back. Hello, Atomic! Oh, Atomic, I don't know if anyone told you, but that rat video that you recommended me got my entire stream copyrighted. I don't know if anyone told you. I'm gonna try to fight it at least a little bit. I'm gonna at least give some pushback because, quite frankly, that's some bullshit. But yeah. So what do you think? Brachydios slime, perhaps? Some Squid Ink? Do not pull up the hagfish. I'm not pulling up the jizz fish, okay? I'm not. Don't even worry about that. But no, it's not a hagfish either. My bad. It's okay, Atomic. I mean, Art literally paid me to watch it, so I was going to eventually have to watch it. Maybe I could have done it on, like, off stream. Or, like, if the stream crashed, like, at least done it. Maybe. Maybe. I didn't know it was copyrighted. The music 100% was copyrighted. Dude, that's Linkin Park. That shit would have immediately destroyed me. But I got copyrighted on the image, like on the video itself, which is why I'm going to actually, like, fight it a bit. Because getting copyrighted off Linkin Park, understandable. Getting copyrighted on the video of 2 sewer rats fighting over a slice of pizza? Get the fuck out of here. I know I exist. It's cut out of the stream VOD. I also could do that. I think I could. I'll try that. If I can do that, then I'll just do that. Also, I will say this. This might actually get me copyrighted. Wait, hold on. God dang it. Let me look something up real quick. If I get copyrighted for this. God damn it. We're learning so much about the copyright system. No way. I love this. I know about the copyright system, but certain things I don't know if it's good or not. If I'm sorry, this is taking a while. YouTube should have something that says if a video is safe or not to share. I mean, technically, no. I mean, maybe you could have that as an option when you're uploading the video. Like, there's not a thing for me, right? But if someone just straight up re-uploaded my fucking one of my videos, then yeah, I'm copyrighting them. Okay, we might get slammed, but I'm hoping that because it's a short video and I'm going to provide commentary, I'm going to be pausing so much, by the way. I'm going to be pausing so much so I can try my best to not get copyrighted for this. But it's the best way to figure it out. Other than reading articles, which isn't very exciting. Alright, you guys ready? The monster, or I'm sorry, the animal that we're going to be looking at that will give us a good idea of how Nakarkos' slime works is the velvet worm. Yes, a Viper got it last second. This is a Natural Geographic video, by the way. This is big boy video. But it's only a minute and 42 seconds. And if I at least skip, if I pause, if I provide constant commentary, then I should be okay. But, you know, here's the hoping. The velvet worm? The velvet worm. You know you have to pay to copyright something, right? No. That's a copyright, No. To have something copyrighted, you have to pay. But to have something copyright claimed, you don't have to pay. I'm sorry, maybe I should have said that word better. If someone just re-uploaded one of my videos, I would claim that video. I'm sorry, I should have said that better. You're gonna get nuked? Don't. I think I'm okay. Again, if I constantly pause, if it's for educational purposes, which it is. Okay, it is. Constantly pause, constantly give commentary, and always, you know, talk. It should be okay. Congrats, Spot. You have chosen my bug spotlight of the day. Amazing. Brother, maybe start a new stream so only this one gets eaten. Really? Do I do that? Yes or no? Guys, yes or no? for this, by the way, I didn't even play the video, so no shot I even get copyrighted for even having, like, 0 seconds played. Do I make just, like, an entire little segment for this? Just in case? Yes or no? I mean, do keep in mind that you will still be able to watch the VOD, and regardless if I get a copyright on this stream or a stream that only lasts maybe, let's say, 10 minutes, it's still a copyright claim on my channel. You guys do realize that, right? Let me eat some cake real quick. You can just burn the video after you're done. That is a good point. Alright. One to the chat if I should just make an entirely new stream just for this segment, just to explain Nakarkos' abilities with the Velvet Worm. Or if I should just say YOLO and do it in this stream. Spot, use a color filter. Oh, you know, I've heard people say that. A color filter. How do I do a color filter? Actually, that is a good idea. How to put a color filter your screen for OBS. How to put a color filter on your screen. OBS, negative to sources panels. That's in collection. That's settings. Wait. Oh, sources panel. So if I were to, like this, if I were to do this, and then filters, and then click on the plus icon under effects, and then adjust the settings preference such as gamma contrast. Color key? Okay. Wait a minute. No, that's just contrast. That's the gamma. Hold on, delete this. Yes. Color correction. And if I were to add a green, or let's say a blue thing. Holy crap. Hold on. Nano machine, son. Do you have the magnifying glass app? I don't think I do. Damn. Hold on, let him cook. Hold on. Wait, how much is it? It's okay to add source. I would just have to get rid of something like this. I would delete it. Is this enough though? Like, would you guys be okay with seeing something like this? Yes or no? And is this even enough? Is this enough to not get copyrighted or at least help? Or do I need like a pattern? Because some people I notice have like patterns. Like they'll just have like a checkerboard. Or they'll have like squiggly line patterns. And then like it'll be like slightly darker. Yellow and flip the video. That's not a bad idea. How do I flip the video, actually? Now I'm thinking, how do I actually flip the video? Crop, scroll, render delay, scaling, aspect ratio. I did not mean to do that shit. Hold on. Filters. Filters. Let's delete this. And then delete this. Okay. Flip OBS itself? Can I? I don't know how to do that though. I'm sorry, guys. I know. I should be getting onto the bug segment, to the learning segment. It's just the safety of my channel. How do I do that? Hold on. We're going back to the bug. So I can do this, and then if I go to filters, and if I go to color correction, and if I make the bitch la blue, is that good? No. Wait, god damn it. Where's my filter? Oh, it's because I'm such a dumbass. I'm such a dumbass. I have to do my screen. I'm so stupid. And then color correction. And then blue. Damn! That's a little too blue. And then what if I image mask? This. You know, this shit ain't working. Remove. Do yellow? I can't see shit. Oh, hold on. Let me do yellow. How's that? I am under the water. Please help me. A little bit more? I'll turn it a little bit lighter. How's that? Is that a bit better? Alright, well. Let's hope. You know, I could also just... Oh, damn! Ah! Let's just hope this works. The piss filter. What if it was purple? Alright, we're just gonna have to hope that... I'll turn down the music a little bit. Okay. We just gotta hope that pausing with the thing and the majigger and whatnot, we just have to hope this is. But we just gotta hope this works. We just gotta hope that shit works. Because if I could get copyrighted for fucking 2 rats playing, or 2 rats fighting over food, I'm cooked. His credit score went down from Mariana Trenches to backup. I pray it works, but steadily. Let's hope!
In the rainforest, one sharpshooter.
Don't tell me the fucking music's copyrighted. Never mind, we might just be cooked. Is there another video of the velvet worm, maybe? Is there? Hold on. What's this?
A creature soft as velvet.
Oh, it's AI science. Oh, but it might be the best chance we got. Guys, it's animal AI. But it only has like 300 view, like, things. Add distortion? Oh, I probably can, huh? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Screen filters. Wait, what if I, instead of that, I do properties? No. Filter. And then add. The fuck is a chroma key? Okay. I guess then we add image mask? Fuck me if I know. I'm just doing shit. Now remove that. Just mute it and turn on subtitles? You can do Monster Bug Wars? I could, but I could also just as easily get copyrighted for that. The only reason I say this one is because it only just it almost has 400 views. I'm most likely not going to get copyrighted. scaling? No. I would actually do Monster Bug Wars because they legit explained it there. How's this look? I gotta go soon to dinner. Okay. Have you gotten the freaky lineup? Have you gotten the freaky lineup ever in your life? I have not gotten a freaky lineup. I wouldn't say that. No. Oh, I know what you're talking about. No. All the women that have touched my hair have been very kind to me. Okay, hold on. What about... Oh. 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 Brave Wilderness? He wouldn't do me dirty, right? Brave Wilderness wouldn't do me dirty. He wouldn't do me greasy. That shit's AI. Are you sure you don't have the magnifying glass app? I mean, fuck me. I mean, I guess, hold on. Let me see. Magnifying. God, I hate that I'm spending time not doing this. Magnifier? No. Oh, magnifying glass. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wait, no, that just puts me... Oops. No, it's just the magnifier, which... unless that's what you're talking about. Is that what you're talking about, Viper? It's just for zooming, but you can inverse the colors. Oh, maybe. Oh, okay. But I can inverse the colors. How do I do that? How do I do that? Is this what you're talking about? Nah, he would. Brave Wilderness would never. Damn! Is this what you're talking about? Yeah, it should be a setting. Oh. Oh. Oh, maybe I have to go to the settings. If that's the case, then... Oh, invert colors. Damn! What the fuck? What the fuck? Where's that fucking Velvet Worm video? What the fuck? Oh shit, it's almost not inverse because of the fucking filter on the... Get the filters out of here. Wait, why is it not... Wait a minute. Wait, it's inverse for you guys, right? Or is it not inverse anymore? Like, everything on my screen is inverse except for, like... Is it inverse? Like, this is all white, this is inverted for us? So, like, if I were to go to videos here. All this shit is inversed? All this shit is inverse for you guys. All this. Like, this lady looks like a fucking alien. Like, all this is inverse. Yes? Okay. Then I guess we'll just, like, see what video we could do. Bizarre slime cannon attack. Does this have music?
As it wends its way through the rainforest, something captures this velvet worm's attention.
Alright, how's this? Oh, which is already inverted. Oh, okay, got you. By the way, guys, go, to Nat Geo Animals. Guys, go... go support... go support them. Yeah, I'll leave a like and subscribe. Just please don't fucking copyright me. I just need one little segment on my stream, bro, please. Please. Alright.
No, it's not the fire beetle's flashing green light. Velvet worms are nearly blind, but they're super sensitive to air currents caused by movement. That's how they find their prey. And they love beetles.
Okay, full disclosure, we don't care about the velvet worm itself. We just want to know about the glue, so that I can explain it in Nakarkos terms.
The worm itself moves so slowly, prey doesn't notice it creeping up. It's packing heat.
Oh my god!
Two pistols that fire sticky ropes, each up to a foot long.
me when your mom me when
This barrage of gunfire is meant to paralyze prey with a quick drying adhesive. Slimed. The worm brandishes yet another concealed weapon, a knife.
Oh my god, they didn't explain it! Alright, so basically... Can I... Hold on. Velvet worm... Monster bug worm... Or monster bug wars. Can I... Oh! Is it this? Oh, it is this. It's fucking TikTok.
Live to fight.
Alright. They actually
Which one will
explain it, so I hope
live
they
to
do it.
fight another day? The worm gives it both barrels at point-blank range. The harvestman struggles, but slimy bonds. It's the...
Oh, they don't have the people explaining it. I am going to get so mad. I am going to get so mad. Bro's pissing. Okay, guys, relax. Come on now. Come on now. What's this? Is this fucking Billy? Is this fucking Billy? It's not Billy. Well, it actually is Billy. Bro, this is a fucking. Is this Chinese? Is this the Chinese website? I've completely forgot.
There are many ways to meet your doom.
Hold on. Wait, we have it. We have the thing. Oh, shit. My fault. I have the thing. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. I found the episode. It's on Billy, but I found it. If I could just reach the part, like the 20-second part, where they just explain it, I could do this. Okay? You just have to stick with me, okay? Guys, trust me. Can you guys trust me? Are you guys trusting me? Can you trust me real quick? Trust me. Batman! God damn it. I'm still here, don't worry. It's just that I had to listen to if they explain it or not. I know they do, but I have to wait for it. So I have to actually, like, listen. Give me one moment. Why don't you explain a bit? Because I'm going to explain a bit more. Like, I'm going to let them explain, like, the general consistent, like, the general gist of it. And then I'm going to go deeper into it with Nakarkos. Trust me. Oh, there it is! Here it is! Here it is, here it is, here it is! Here it is! Look at this! Wait, goddammit. I have to turn on the fucking thing. Diffraction, basically we're discussing Nakarkos' mucus right now. Yes, just give it a second. Here it is.
Sticky blast. The target is immobilized by biological glue.
Yeah, they're going to explain it.
This slime straitjacket is about 90% water. But as the water evaporates, proteins in the slime start to tangle and form tight chemical bonds. This becomes stringier, stickier, and harder by the second. This is such a cunning natural design.
Did you hear that?
Bonds.
By biological.
So it's not about that the glue itself is slimy always. So inside the body, it's liquid basically. However, once it gets exposed to air, then the chemical bonds start to tighten up and becomes glue. Right? We'll listen to it one more time and then I'm going to turn off the thing and then we're going to get back to Nakarkos.
Glue.
This slime straitjacket is about 90% water. But as the water evaporates, proteins in the slime start to tangle and form tight chemical bonds. This becomes stringier, stickier, and harder by the second. This is such a cunning natural design.
Okay. There we go. Now, get me off this fucking inverted... Get it off here. God, thank you. God. My eyes. We're back. So, this is what I think is happening with Nakarkos' mucus. Okay? All of this just to say that. I was just looking for just a 10-second clip to explain something so I could get into it. God. It's like when I'm trying to figure out a video to watch on YouTube so I can eat my food. It's like I'm doing so much just for so little thing. Okay. This is what I feel like is what is up with Nakarkos' slime, right? That's what I feel like. Because, think about it. Nakarkos' slime, right, is very... It almost looks like a mist, and when it's shot out, it almost looks like a liquid. Here, we'll go back to Nakarkos' video so it can be explained a bit better. I'm closing out all these fucking tabs. Right? So, Nakarkos' slime is really effective because of what it actually is. Not because it's always sticky, but because when it hits you, it starts to stick on you more and more. That's why you can't really get it off. And that's why, if you were to, like, you're fine, right? And it sticks on you. However, if you were to roll, like, you dodge roll, you get, the bones on the ground get stuck to you. Right? That's why it's not sticking to Nakarkos when the slime is coming out through the bones right here. It's only after, like, a second of being exposed to the air when the slime actually becomes sticky. Now, what this means is this thing is both really powerful, but on land. Ossified status. Yes, that's what it's actually called. Bro could have explained that in 10 seconds. I could have, but I was too deep in it. Shut up. I was too deep in it. And that's how the bones stick to him, because it's old slime that has stuck to him, so he's doing this, right? However, notice what the guy mentioned. That inside the body, it's 90% water. It's mainly completely water. It is only after the explosion of air where the molecules start to bond. Which means that if Nakarkos were to use the slime in the water, it would be useless. The best thing it could be is a smokescreen. However, it would not be able to stick like a hagfish in the water, because that's not how it's designed. Which would make sense as to why it doesn't have a ton of aquatic monsters in its arsenal of monsters it uses. It does have Lagiacrus. However, normal Lagiacrus can go in the water. Most likely, Nakarkos ambush Lagiacruses when they're on land to make it easier for them. And it makes sense because every time we see Nakarkos use its slime and it gets on us, it shoots it while outside of the water. It does have a move where it does shoot it from, like, the ground and then goes up. However, that is the slime being shot out. Which, again, it's 90% water. So it can be, shot out from the water. But the moment it reaches the air, that's when the sticky stuff starts to come in. That's where the sticky part comes in. Bro is a marine animal. Yeah, I know he's a marine animal. But I'm saying that, like, it makes sense as why it doesn't have a bunch of marine animal, like, bones and it uses them. Right? Because almost every single animal other than Lagiacrus is land-based. Which is strange for a monster that is primarily in the water. He made his armor from his own nut. No, don't be like that. So, oh wait, hold on. Let me increase the music a little bit. Right? Which, again, if Nakarkos were to use this, which would actually make more sense as to why Nakarkos most likely doesn't use the slime in water. Because think about it like this. Right? Its main function is to make you get stuck. That is its entire function. If it was just simply ink and not a sticky solution, then why are you stuck Why do you get stuck, right? Why do you get the status effect of rolling around in bones, and now those bones are stuck into you? Ink doesn't do that. Sure, ink stays on you, and it can be hard to wash off, but it doesn't make you stick to other things. Ink is sticky? Not that sticky! I can guarantee you that. It's not that sticky. It's not sticky to the point where if you put your hand on a wall, it's gonna be hard for you to get your hand off the wall. No, ink is not sticky like that. And I would know. I got sprayed. Right? Even hagfish slime isn't sticky in that sense. It's slimy. It's hard to get the slime off you. Yes. Right? But if I had some hagfish slime on my hands, again, if I put my hand onto the wall, it's not going to be hard for me to get my hand off the wall. It doesn't glow bright blue either. No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not just ink. It's not just ink. It's like the velvet worm. Because it uses it to trap monsters. Because think about it, right? How does the velvet worm also hunt? It sprays you down, right? And then it has like a sharp incision in its mouth, like a cookie cutter. And since the prey is immobilized, it goes slowly up to it and starts biting into its prey, so it can slowly start to kill it. Nakarkos does the same shit. It would spray you down and then come towards you with its sharpened beak to start eating you. Right? The parallels are here. And it also shows why, again, it doesn't shoot it in the water. Because what are you going to stick to in the water? What are you going to stick to in the water? There's nothing. Even hagfish slime, right, doesn't stick. It just clouds and it gets in your system. Right? So at most, it could be used as like an ink screen, maybe of that in the water. But the entire like ability to just make you stick, out the window in the water. Out the window. Because the slime needs oxygen for those molecules to start bonding. And by oxygen, I mean more like air, right? Because there's oxygen in the water. Atomic, please, okay? I'm trying to bring real life stuff into Monster Hunter. And I'm trying to make it like a good parallel, okay? And it makes sense. Again, it makes sense. The parallels are there. Now again, this isn't 100% confirmed. This is just like my reasoning. But I feel like there's evidence to suggest that this is how Nakarkos' slime works. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if he doesn't use slime, like he most likely, if anything, doesn't use the slime in the water, but he'll use the dragon he'll probably use his dragon energy on like big threatening targets in the water. It doesn't need to stick to anything if it can use it to clog the gills of other aquatic monsters. But here's the thing, right? We don't know how sticky it is. Again, there's a difference between like squid ink and octopus ink and hagfish slime. Hagfish slime is so viscous and so thick. God, I hate you all because I know I'm trying to actually like have a conversation here. You're just gonna make fun of it. But that stuff will clog your gills. However, ink from like a squid won't. It probably won't taste good, but you're not gonna choke on it. Animals don't choke on that stuff, right? Again, it makes sense because I'm sorry, I should have been letting this play. Is it here? No. I mean, you also just see this stuff, right? Obviously, it's a beam, it's Monster Hunter, right? So, like, there's that, right? But I need to see it when it's over here. Right? Wait, hold on. Do the attack. Do the attack where... Oh, God damn it. It starts to do it here. Damn it. See, like, it's very viscous, but when you see it right here, it's almost watery when it comes out because it was inside the body. And then when it leaves the body and it's exposed to air, it gets all gooey and it gets goopy here. See? Check DMs. All right, let me check DMs real quick. I did so much work for just like a limited amount of explanation and stuff. That's cool. Oh, that's cool. It's like the Kraken. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Wouldn't it fall apart since we're on water, though? No, because we're... okay, how do you think we're walking? We're walking on bones. Yes, there is water underneath the bones, but the bones provide like a... kind of like a little, like, island of sorts. So when it hits the bones, it just goes into the bones. And even then, you could say that it just dissolves instead of staying there like Brachydio slime because it just sinks into the bones and there's water underneath the bones, so it dissolves. You could even say that. But I think it's very much like the velvet worm. And it uses its own, not mechanics of the velvet worm, but like the biology of like the slime and like silk or whatever it is. It's not silk. But like the slime of the velvet worm, and the glue is better, is very much how it seems like it is with Nakarkos' slime. It really does seem like that. Because, again, it's not, like, sticky suffocating like a hagfish. It's sticky, and then in the water, it wouldn't be. Right? In the water, it wouldn't be. And I feel like if they did use slime to capture underground monsters or stuff like that, I feel like they would fucking say that. It's like, oh, it uses its slime to blind monsters and then entrap it. You don't think they would mention it? So yeah, he's hunting Rathalos there. That is cool. You don't think they would mention, like, Nakarkos using the slime to hunt, like, aquatic monsters? Like, monsters in the water. Like, it's using its slime to hunt monsters in the water. If it didn't do that, right? Like, if Nakarkos legitimately used, like, its slime to fucking suffocate monsters, no shot we wouldn't know that. They wouldn't give us that little tidbit of information. No shot. It's more likely that the slime, the mucus, doesn't work in the water the same way that it works on land. I really think it has a purpose underwater. I mean, again, it could probably be used as a smoke screen, but that's way less viable than something like the sticky nature of when he's on land. Right? And since it most likely doesn't suffocate you, it's more of like a smoke screen than like suffocating, like, you know what I'm saying? Then it probably doesn't use it as much. And also, what the fuck is it going to use that on? Sedasis, maybe. But again, if they use this tactic on Sedasis to kill Sedasis, I feel like we would just know that. I'd like to see somebody inflict with the mucus if possible. I'd like to see somebody. What would be the purpose of an underwater monster evolving that mechanical if not to use it underwater? Because it doesn't use it underwater. This dude goes from desert to volcanic to forest areas to eat monsters. It uses the bones of those things it eats to cover itself. Again, if it was just I've said this again. If Nakarkos was purely doing all the shit it was doing just in the ocean, I could let it pass. It's not. No, really? Can I see the status on a hunter? Oh, like the mucus one or the bone one? The mucus one, I think, is somewhere over here. That's going to be kind of hard. Does that happen here? No. Mucus, okay. Let me see if I can get this. I think it's here? It's somewhere here. Does this guy get hit? This guy might get hit. Does he get hit? He might not get hit. Oh! Yep, there he goes. He got hit. This is what it looks like. Well, I mean, he's out here eating Diablo, so who knows where he's using that. Again, if it was just ink, and he used that effectively on underwater monsters, that would make sense. However, that's not what he's fucking doing. I mean, he might be somewhat doing that, but what we know of Nakarkos, what he's known for, is that his mucus is used to restrain things. It's used to restrain things, right? That's what fighting him is so dangerous, because you could be immobile while he could do anything to you. Oh, not the icon. I want to see the effect. Oh, no. I don't think... there was like one part in here where he got the bone effect. But, or like our character, I think, or I say our character, where, database over here gets it. I think. Or does he get it, or does only his friends get it? See... It's good breakdancing. See, he's covered in that slime. It's not going away, and he dodge rolled, and it's on him. This is probably the best you're gonna get. Oh, look, he broke out of it. Oh, he dodge rolled. I saw him. I saw him dodge roll. I saw him 1 second dodge roll. Also, let me eat some cake again. Mom. He gets it earlier in the video? Really? Does he? I don't think he does. Maybe I'm just not checking them. He gets stunned. Does get hit somewhere. I don't know where he would get hit though. I do not know where he gets hit. Unless I just like randomly. No, he's in the dragon area. Oh! Oh, never mind. That was his friend. I was like, oh, there we go. He got it. He did not get that shit. What kind of cake? It's vanilla with chocolate frosting or chocolate filling. Vanilla base with the chocolate chocolate filling with pink icing. Well, then why wouldn't it work underwater? Like I can kind of see where you're getting at, but at the same time, he is primarily an underwater monster gnome. That's so weird, right? He is. Like, he lives underwater. He lives in the he does, but his hunting range is basically everywhere. So he goes everywhere. Like, he does go in the water. Like, his main life, his main goal is to go into the water and stay there, right? Yes. However, he does, like, again, in the sky, on the land, in caves, in the water, like, he will hunt anywhere. And I'll be honest, I'm gonna be honest, it wouldn't, like, I can't see him taking down a Brachydios as easily if he just sprayed it with just ink. And it's like, what is, like, ink going to do on a obsidian shelling? What's ink going to do on an Uragon running, like, spinning towards you, right? You know what would be really good for an Uragon spinning towards you? Sliming it up so he's all sticky and he can't spin anymore and he's stuck just in a ball. And then you go to him and you eat him. Does he dig his way over? I have a theory that he goes to, like, oasis and, like, canals that connect and, like, ambushes monsters on riverbanks. That's my theory. Read what I said. The icon, want to see the effects. Oh, hold on, let me process. The water makes it glow, and when it dries up, it turns dark. I know, I read that. Yeah. I mean, it's already dark, like, here. Like, in his body, in the smoke and stuff, it's already dark. I mean, it's kind of not dark, but at the same time, kind of dark. Like, that's not really dark. It's not, like, black. But most likely, as it hardens and sticks to other stuff, like, this is, like, neon fucking blue. Right? Like, as it hardens and it sticks, like, as it's more exposed to air, as it sticks onto bones and all this other stuff, it probably gets darker in coloration. Like our blood. So when the water below starts glowing, it's because he poured a bunch of it into the water. Ah, that's not a bad idea, actually. You know what? That is not a bad thought at all. I am not mad at that. Oh my god, did you see that? Wait, hold on. God damn it, I gotta go to YouTube for this. That kind of goes with what you're saying, Piper. I'm sorry, there's an ad, so I'm doing this so you guys don't have to watch it. Did you see it, though? Did you see that? I feel like that fucking... the teacher from the Incredibles movie. Right there! It was right there! Look at this. I'm gonna frame by fucking frame. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Hold on. It's on its way. It's coming. No pun intended. There. Oh, wait, no. God damn it. Never mind. That was this fucking guy getting rid of the thing. I was like, you could see, like, it splashing from, like, the ground and everything. But that was just, like, him getting rid of, his thing. Yeah. Damn it. That was so fast that I thought that was, like, a thing. But most likely, unless it's, like, glowing, plankton. Because plankton, when it gets disturbed, or glowing plankton, I guess you could say, when it gets disturbed, it starts to glow. That's like when you see people, like, surfing on waves, and, like, where they were on the wave, it starts to glow. It's because, they feel threatened, and it's being disturbed. It could be that. It could be that, like, this monster roaring and, like, outputting energy is scaring whatever the fuck is down here. Or it could be him just, like, gushing a ton of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? As you say, when it comes out of the tentacles, kinda, yeah. Again, this isn't confirmed, but I do understand what you're saying. I guess I'm just wondering the reason for saying it wouldn't work underwater. Like, sea cucumber gunk shoots out just fine. So, I just don't see why the mucus couldn't work in water and on land. No. Okay. I get what you're saying. I'm not saying that it can't somewhat work in the water. I'm just saying the whole purpose of, like, it being sticky wouldn't happen in the water. It only, like, being stuck and being all that glue and all that would only be on the above, like, where air is, you know, on the surface, I say, on surface of bones of the victims he killed, right? Like, on here. And in water, it probably doesn't have, like, a sticky function. Damn, this fucking fat ass. Damn it! I didn't get ads when I was just on the web browser. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense, I suppose. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. When I said it wouldn't work, I meant that the slime, like the property of the mucus being able to stick and having you like you being stuck because of the mucus wouldn't work underground. Like in the water, it wouldn't work underwater. Like being like it's sticking in the water, right? Like it probably just wouldn't work. But you could still use it as a smokescreen and all that. As a smokescreen, as a way of diversion, as even, heck, even just like kind of like shocking animals. Which, to be fair, I mean, if I saw a squid coming up to me and it extend like 2 tentacles and just start blasting shit from those tentacles, I'd be spooked. Me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I'd be spooked. Okay. So how do you guys feel about my explanation on Nakarkos' slime? That is how I feel like it works. I feel like it makes sense that it works like that. Right? But obviously, I'm not... Or even as a flash effect, you know, that's a good point, right? Like, disorienting it. But it probably wouldn't be able to, like, stick, right? It wouldn't be like, I shoot you in the water, and now, like, your limbs are stuck together, right? I just don't think that's how that works. I don't see any evidence, even in real life, or in the mentions of, like, Nakarkos, like, Capcom themselves, mentioning that's how it works. I feel like the way I explained how I think it works makes sense, but again, it's not 100% factual, it's not, you know. And heck, maybe Capcom didn't even think all that much about it. Be like, hey, it's just sticky slime. It's just sticky, guy. It's just glue. It's just kind of like glue. Maybe that's it. Hold on, I gotta turn on my light because it's starting to get dark because the sun going down. Hey, big boy, sun's getting real low. Oh yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Like, okay. Because this is going to be a big factor. It's going to be a big factor going into the fight, which we're soon going to get into, I know. This is going to be a big factor getting into it. So, do you guys agree more? Do you guys agree more or less that my way of thinking on how Nakarkos' slime makes sense? Like, that's probably how it works? Or do you think, like, no, shut up, you're wrong, get the fuck out of here, just quit stream. Quit stream? Alright, I'll quit stream. I'll quit stream right now. I'm just joking. Again, I'm not saying that's exactly how it is, but it seems pretty damn similar to the Velvet Worm. Like, when it comes out of Nakarkos' body, it almost looks like a splash. Like, it's like liquidy. And then when it's out of Nakarkos' body, when it hits the ground, when all this other stuff, right? And then it's all like viscous, it's slimy, it's all this stuff, right? As if it hits, like, you know, it's exposed to oxygen, exposed to the air. Now it's becoming more slimy. Remember the water jet we read about earlier? Yeah, I mean, I already put that down as a strength. Might go, I made something for you in the art channel. I'll look at it in a bit, Atomic. I'm going to fucking chop off my own. Stop showing me ads! Damn it! No, I wasn't here. You're wrong. I'm going to build a wall to prove you're wrong. Some politician, probably. I'm pretty sure Goji Center recreated this exact material for a video. Yeah, but maybe the water jet has, like, mucus trail. I mean, does it? Okay, we only know about that because of, like, that thing you said. If in that book you have, if it says it does, then it does. If it doesn't say it, then I'm not going to try to believe that the proportions have mucus in them. Like, this guy isn't, like, I don't think this guy's using the slime like Valstrax uses the dragon energy to, like, push itself forward. I think it just does it the way other octopuses and cephalopods and all of them do. Is Nakarkos weak to thunder? No. At least when we see. He's weak to dragon and fire. Fire! You know what? I'm just gonna say my line of thinking is reasonable. We're continuing with it. Because no one really paid attention, apparently. Or people weren't here. Is he resistant to thunder? I wouldn't say he's particularly resistant. He just probably isn't weak to it. That's like saying, is Rajang weak to water? No. So is he pretty resistant? It's like, I don't know. He's a fucking big monkey. I'm sure if Amatsu hit him with a fucking water jet beam, that shit would hurt. I wouldn't say he's particularly resistant. He's just also not particularly weak to it. It's like a neutral element to him, if I had to guess. Oh, by the way, I sent you a close-up of the tentacles. I find it important. Did you send me something on Discord, eh? You fucking send me something on Discord, eh? You fucking bully wankle, huh? Oh, this. Wait, what the fuck? Is this a shell? Is this the shell or his body? I'm so... Oh my god. Is this the shell or a body? Is that the shell? Or is that just part of him? I'm so fucking confused, Brett. Not that. This? Wait. No, this. This? Oh, this is, these are the little things he could have, right? This is, I have no idea what the fuck that is, but that's Glavinus. That's Brachydios. Lagiacrus. Oh, shit, what the fuck? Bless me. The other images. God damn, well maybe don't send me so many fucking images. All at once, that is. That's definitely Glavinus. That's Brachydios. That's Uragon. That's Lagiacrus. Those are his spikes. Those are his little spikes. Bless you. Thank you. Thank you all. What's up with this? Oh shit. So he has like claws? He has grippers? Is this motherfucker pogging with his arm? With his hand? He's pogging with his hand? Also, tentacles are serrated. I kind of assumed that, but still. Look at the gnarly hooks. Yeah, no. I mean, not octopus, but a decent amount of cephalopods do have hooks in their stuff. So this wasn't surprising. This is what I assumed. I actually assumed that they had hooks, and they weren't like they weren't suckers. But maybe that was my fault for assuming. And now everyone else knows, in case they assumed incorrectly. Mainly giant squids do have those, yeah. Gnarly? Yo, gnarly. Welcome back. I'm not sure if you were gone or if you just haven't typed in a while. That is definitely interesting. Is that fucking Sans? Is that Sans Undertale? Okay. Okay, first, the thing I want to know, the thing I genuinely want to know, is this a shell? Is this a shell? Does he have to straight up, like, a full, like, fully... Oh, what is that? This dude look like a football. Is he propulsioning? What is this? I can't read that language. Does he just straight up have a shell? Or is it, like, him? Or is this him? Is this like, what is this? Imagine looking at old Sedeas that has scars from the hooks of like a sperm whale. That would be cool. That would be cool. I have the same picture as you. What? Wait a minute. Okay, wait, is this, like, officially how he looks? Like, are any of these concept art that isn't technically officially how he actually is? Like, he's not like, some of these aren't the end product. Or is this all official and, like, end product? Cause I swear this shit don't look like this. This is too pretty. Looks like himself fully. Lots of Monster Hunter is ecologically based. So he just straight up has like. So he has. Okay, so he. What the fuck? Is this shell connected to him? Or is it just like a shell? Is he like a clam? Like he stuffed himself in here. And then he added bones on top of it. By the way, everyone, look. This is Rathalos. And a ship, too. These motherfuckers about to get... both of these motherfuckers about to get done dirty. Keyboard? What keyboard? Oh, are you trying to type? All those are finished designs. There are also a bunch of half-cooked designs. He is a mollusk. He is a mollusk. Okay. What do we think? If we break this part of his body, it's not even his fucking body. It may be it. God damn it. If we break this, we snap it like a twig. Bam. Does that actually hurt him? Or would it just stagger him because the force of something breaking like this would probably stagger him? As someone fairly new to Monster Hunter, what is Nakarkos? Nakarkos is an cephalopod elder dragon who uses the parts of other monsters to armor himself and to use their bits on his tentacles to fight other monsters and to fool other creatures to thinking that they're fighting something else. You have a Galavinus tail, you have Brachiosaurus pounder. Where is... Here we go. You have Urgon's chin. You got Lagiacrus' spikes. Regular Lagiacrus spikes. He looks like a Nautilus cuttlefish hybrid, so it probably hurts. It definitely would stagger. And if I punch something like that to get it knocked off, it probably would hurt him. But that's just more like force traveling through the body, if anything. Do we think it's like a turtle situation? Do we think it's like a turtle situation where like the turtle and the shell are like one of the same? But people conceptualize that like the turtle shell is you can completely remove like the turtle shell from the turtle, which you can, but some people think you can. Is this a turtle situation? Like this is the part of his body, and like it grows as he grows. The bones most likely don't obviously grow, right? He, like, this stuff probably he just adds on, right? He just adds on. However, the main shell, this bit, what we thinking? Have you seen prehistoric cephalopods? I have, but Loki, I'm forgetting how they actually look. I have, but I'm forgetting. But I have. Alright, you know, say what you want, but, like, he still uses these tentacles over here to prop this up. So, it looks like a modified version of the door Nautilus have in the same place. Maybe I should have done some extra research on Nakarkos. Just a little bit more research before starting the stream. They all have shells like that, so it's not part of their body. The shell is not a part of him. It's a shell. It's separate. It's separate. The bones and the shell are separate. By the way, I'm done with eating my cake, if you were curious. It's like a snail shell. It's separate. Okay, it's separate. It's separate. Okay, it's separate. Okay. How sturdy do we think this shell is? Like, probably what could we compare it to? How strong are Nautilus shells? Like, turtle shells are very strong, but like a crocodile can still just bite through that. I would know. I've seen that shit. What do you mean separate? Well, snail shells are separate. Like, snail shells are separate to the snail. You said it's like a snail shell. It grows with them? No. What? A snail shell does not grow with them. A snail shell. Oh, well, okay, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of it as in, like, they're born with the shell, like a turtle, which they're not. However, they do actually grow with it. Yes, I'm sorry. I was thinking of it differently. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of it differently. I'm thinking of it as in, like, they're born with the shell like a turtle. And I'm like, no, they're not. But no, it does grow with them. Yes, it's part of their bodies. Like, snails don't, snails do not exchange shells like crabs. Like hermit crabs. Right? They don't do that. So it's a turtle. So it's like a turtle thing. It's a part of them. This is a part of them. So if I were to crack this shell right here, that would really hurt the animal. AKA the giant cephalopod elder dragon. His organs would just splatter. Okay. So damaging the shell would really hurt him. Like, it would hurt him. They probably wouldn't put him out of commission. I mean, unless like a fucking... unless like fucking Gog Mazio's like orbital laser just like rained down on this thing. You've seen oysters. It's the same thing. Okay. So if I were to snap this thing and hurt it, it would hurt Nakarkos. You just look up other cephalopods? No, I'm okay. Well, actually, I guess. I think we all understand it. Like, I think we all understand cephalopods, but we'll do it regardless. Cephalopods. That is not how you fucking spell cephalopods. Cephalopods. So you got your octopuses, you have the nautilus. Oh, this fucking bad boy. Look at this bad boy. Yeah, definitely Nakarkos coded. Look at this bad boy. Look at this. Look at these bad boys, huh? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. If it's his skull he's wearing or not. No. Okay. So, this isn't a skull like I assumed it was. And like how everyone assumed it was. Or at least a lot of people do. It's the shell of Nakarkos. And he just puts bone plating on the shell. It's just that the shell kind of looks like a mouth. Of course, this actually isn't really what it more or less looks like. That looks way more like a coral reef. And this is kind of what it like better looks like. Yeah, see, with like the hole that makes it look like a skull. This is what it more or less looks like. This is what it looks like. Which is what I'm saying, like, this is 100% different to, wait, no, not that. This. Like, the structure is just straight up not even the same. Like, that is not the same structure. He just slaps bone on it, and it's shaped just because it looks like a skull. Yeah, it just kind of looks like a skull. I still don't know. You'd probably rip a part of its face off, too. I will say, like, this, again, does not look the same as this. That's why I was asking if, like, some of this stuff is, like, more concept art or, like, stylization. Maybe it's by different artists? I don't know. But regardless, because, like, when I... Okay, so, like, when I looked at this, I was like, this is just straight up a part of his body. As in, like, this is the same thing as, like, his tentacle, right? It's like a part of him. This is the shell. I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Then you come down here and you're like, no, this is the shell too. This whole thing is the shell. I'm like, wait a minute. I think it looks the same. Do you guys think it looks the same? I think it looks different, but I might be tweaking. I might be tweaking. Because, like, the horn, like, these, like, horns, if you could say that, like, go just straight up. Oh, wait, is this the tentacle? Like, is this, like, is this the tentacle, but on, like, the other side, and for some fucking reason, it's just, like, in the air? Wait, no, it can't be, because this has bones on it. And the tentacles don't have bones on it. I mean, this back one kind of does a little bit. But, like, these front ones don't. So it's not. So, like, I'm seeing this thing, and I'm like, there's no part of this other skull that's just, like, all the way, like, up here. Maybe it's this? Maybe it's this? It might be that. Maybe it's just, like, angle. Okay. Okay. So, I think we got a better understanding of it. Okay. So, Nakarkos has a shell. However, unlike something like a Hermitar crap, like the Daimyo Hermitar and all of them, this is not just, like, removable from them, right? It's not a separate thing. It is a part of Nakarkos. If this shit gets damaged, it also damages Nakarkos. Right? And the bones on top are layered protection. So if this little hat thing gets snapped off, that's going to hurt. Right? Oops. Yes or no? We did establish earlier that the head that it goes, how was your Easter? Thank you, person. My Easter was great. Thank you for asking. Turns out the tentacles are just holding it up. Nautilus can't actually move their hat/door. Yes, turns out it is holding it. He do be holding it up. Can I have a better look? See? Here. He does use his front tentacles that do have suckers to keep this up so he can actually, like, see. I don't want to be that guy, but look up amenity. What? No. Turns out these tentacles are just holding. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it should hurt a lot. Okay. We got that situated. Now back to the whole thing. Bringing this all back. We talked about strengths. Now we need weaknesses. First weakness. The bones on his body can be broken off. Shedding off some of his defense. Bro has no weaknesses? Hold on now. The sticky mucus, that mucus doesn't work the same way as it does on land. At best, it's more of a distraction than a sticky substance. I'm sorry, let me keep on playing this. Let me keep on playing this. Side of its body is defenseless. Defenseless. No, no armor from shell or bones. Crazy how long most of this was Spot trying to explain how the worm shot ropes and it lies, and how it ties to how he swears Nakarkos' mucus works. Yeah, I mean, we probably spent like an extra 20 minutes on that. I mean, just trying to find it and like working on stuff, but it's okay. It's okay. I feel like there's like one or two more weaknesses that I'm not thinking of. As in, like, I've already thought of it, but I'm like forgetting. Oh! While in open water, as in, like, just in the middle of the ocean, right? Like, I just, like, dropped from a plane in the middle of the fucking Bermuda Triangle. Like, in the middle of the ocean. In the middle of while in open waters, can't use its array of monster parts because it doesn't have them on hand. My face when Nakarkos was a Godzilla kiss of death on Abyssal. Damn. 2 hours talking about Nakarkos nut. No, you are saying it's nut. I'm not saying that. In Generation Ultimate, doesn't the mucus turn into bone when you dodge while covered in it? Yes. We already discussed that. Don't even worry about that, baby. Don't worry about that, son. We already got it. Hello, Michael. Yeah, he has a storage. Well, he has a storage here. He has a storage here. But out in the open water in bumfuck nowhere, or maybe in down deep in the underground of a sunken fortress area that maybe a certain Leviathan lives, he doesn't have that storage. Which is a weakness. I mean, hey, if I'm glazing you and saying you can use all these monster parts, but only at your home, dog, that's like me saying I have a massive gun collection. Don't fuck with me. And then now I'm in the middle of the desert. It's like, where's that massive gun collection? It's like, oh, fuck, it's back home. In the lair, I mean. Yeah, in the lair. I'm tired of this, Grandma. It's too damn bad, because we have more to talk about. Nakarkos is my third favorite Elder Dragon. Where is Nakarkos on your list of favorite Elder Dragon? He is my favorite Elder Dragon. Fight, like, exhilarating, I'm sorry. Fight, good lore, good ecology, great interactions with, like, the environment, everything around him. Fun to fight. I think I already said that. Great mechanics. I think great. Good. And serviceable. Okay, I guess. They're shit. No, I'm just kidding. No, good mechanics. Armor, great. Armor looks great. Weapon looks great. 2 different armors, great. Alright, so what else is the weakness? I don't think anything else he really has necessarily of a weakness. I mean, I guess I could just clarify. If his shell gets damaged, that will hurt Nakarkos because it is a part of him. Okay. He can lose tentacles? He can! That's a good idea. Or, not a good idea. I'm sorry, not that he can lose tentacles, because, I mean, fuck me. I wouldn't say Devil Joe having his tail being able to be cut off as a weakness. But, his tentacles are way less protected than his main body. Camillus mogs them all? Yeah, fucking good luck trying to find him. Did you guys ever talk about Laggy? Yes, I talked about him in the first half of my first stream. We already did. Don't even worry about that. They're also his main weapon, so half of his kit is gone without his hunting tentacles. I mean, that is true, but again, I wouldn't say that's a weakness necessarily. Cutting off someone's limb because you can cut it off, I wouldn't say that is a weakness. But they're 100% less protected than his main body. So that's a weakness. And too important for him to lose. Yeah, I don't think he's going to be stupid about it, I'll be honest. I don't think he's going to be stupid about it. Alright, look at this. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 weaknesses. And I feel like they're actual weaknesses. So we got the bones on his body can be broken off, shedding off some of his defense. The sticky mucus doesn't work the same way as it does on land. At best, it's more of a distraction than a sticky substance in the water. Let me clarify that, in case anyone's looking at my notes. The side of its the side. How about you get some proper English? The side of its body is defenseless. No armor from shell or bones. While in open water, can't use its array of monster parts because it doesn't have them on hand. If his shell gets damaged, that will hurt Nakarkos because it is a part of him. His tentacles are way less protected than his main body. One, two, buckle my shoes. 3, 4, give me some more. How do we feel about the weaknesses? Seems fair? Seems reasonable? Again, he's an Elder Dragon. That doesn't mean he don't got weaknesses. He is weak to Dragon and Fire, but that won't be applicable in this, Turf War, so... In this fight, so, you know. Doesn't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't mean he has to, you know. Also, is Abyssal Lagiacrus weak to Dragon? Yes or no? Abyssal is weak to Dragon. I will put that for Abyssal. Abyssal is weak to the Dragon element. There we go. Got it. Good heavens, I got a fucking, like a fucking essay in my notes right now. Okie doke. How do we feel about Nakarkos' what do we feel about Abyssal's strength, weaknesses, and Nakarkos' strength or weaknesses? Anything that seems like spottable, I'm not gonna lie, they're kind of bugging for putting that in. Whether or not it's for the strength or for the weakness for either monster. Do we seem like we got a good grasp on both monsters? Yes or no? I mean, we talked about them for hours. I would hope so. Yes or no? Like, Spottable, everything you said for strength and weaknesses for both Abyssal Lagiacrus and Nakarkos seems pretty good. Maybe, like, different wording here and there, but overall seems pretty good. They're about the same size, right? Without the tentacles? Are they? Without the tentacles, I think Abyssal's, like, slightly longer, if I could say that. But, yeah, just relative in size, I would say. I would just say relative in size. Seems good to me, but you should read Lackeys for the people who didn't catch the first stream. But Nakarkos is wide. He is wide. He do be kind of chunky. He a fucking fat ass. He is wide. I will agree. But he's still, like, around the same size. Alright, everyone. Who here wants me to quickly read off Abyssal Lagiacrus' strengths and weaknesses in case you forgot, or in case you weren't here for the first stream? I can just go over it just, like, really quickly, and then we can get on to the fight. Like, last 20, 30 minutes can just be us discussing about the fight. Tamales, yeah? Okay. Real quick. Tamales. I'm still tired of this, Grandpa, and I still do damn bad. Deal with it. We're still going over monster stats. I'm supposed to we aren't getting to the fade yet. I'm surprised we ain't getting to the fade yet. Listen, we're getting to it like right now. Let me just explain this real quick. Alright, for Abyssal Lagiacrus, we have strengths. Very big. Same size as Jin Dahan. Extremely quick for size in water. I mean, I'm not sure you guys saw when we were talking about him. Very fast. That man is very fast. Physically strong enough to create 3 whirlpools that stay active for around 12 seconds, needing a considerable amount of force to pull off. Insane. You know, I'll even put can still do that even while tired. Because we know it's like he could do that while still tired and fatigued. Abyssal's lightning is superior than regular Lagiacrus lightning, which was strong enough to break large boulders by itself. Overall, Abyssal lightning capabilities on par with Furious Rajang, and even on the higher end can be as strong as Kirin's standard lightning strikes. Borderline unlimited lightning use, unless on land. And even more devastating by force than regular Lagiacrus due to his jaw and mouth structure. And increased size. Increased size. Abyssal is an older monster, therefore is much more experienced in combat. No depth limit. Hardened plates, scale, and scoots that are good for distracting. Oh my god. Distributing. There we go. Force throughout a body to lessen the blow. Good protection against slashes and blunt force. Weaknesses. Very sluggish on land. While on land, his lightning is limited. Does eventually need to breathe. If his dynamo, which is a special thunder organ in its body, gets damaged, he gets significantly weaker. Not good for drawn out fights, doesn't have the stamina for it. Arms and legs are basically useless for fighting. He doesn't use claw swiping attacks, he doesn't use leg, like kick you with nothing. Borderline useless other than maneuverability. Armor is not good against piercing damage, which will come up in the fight. Is the parotol valve, I hope I said that right, is damaged, which is basically the thing that, like, crocodiles and stuff use so they don't get water in their lungs. Basically, how he's able to just, like, swim and have his mouth open because he has, like, his throat low-key kind of closed. If that makes sense. If this valve were to get damaged, Abyssal would need to immediately leave to go get air or he'll drown. Abyssal is weak to the dragon element. How is that? Should we add Nakarkos' pierced beak? I mean, we would just say that his pierced beak is, like, good for, like, cutting. And, like, gnawing and, like, eventually cracking. But I feel like we kind of, like, know that, but I guess I could say that. That is the Lagiacrus weaknesses and strengths. Alright. Who's ready for the monster matchup? For the fade. For the fade. For these monsters to duke it out. And for us to fucking talk about it. Finally. And about damn time. How are we gonna go about this? Okay, so we have three scenarios. Three scenarios. Okay? We have 3 scenarios. Alright? And whoever wins 2 or the most, right, out of either all 3 or 2 out of the 3 scenarios is crowned the victor. Release me! Release me! Okay? First scenario. First scenario. Like, if anyone has to go to the bathroom, go to the bathroom now. Never you're stuck here with us. Whoever got to go to the bathroom now. Because I swear to God, I'm not repeating shit. Unless I just said it, then I'll repeat it really quickly. But, like, it's not going to be 15 minutes into the explanation. It's like, can you actually explain this again? No. If you gotta go somewhere, go. Alright? Okay. First scenario will be Nakarkos going down into the depths to fight Abyssal Lagiacrus. So the stage where we fight Abyssal Lagiacrus, the map, that's where Nakarkos and Abyssal are going to be duking it out. Hold on. Let me do this real quick, just so you guys have a better understanding. Oh shit. There we go. This is Abyssal Lagiacrus's area. All water. All water. But the scenarios have to be fair. Don't put Abyssal into Wyvern's End. Hold on, hold on. Alright. So, first scenario. Nakarkos will be going into the depths where Abyssal Lagiacrus is. So let's just say like right here in open water to fight Abyssal Lagiacrus. Nakarkos smelled him. It's game time. Ain't just another Lagiacrus. Man, this shit gonna be light work. No, it ain't. First things first. Immediately, Nakarkos is at a disadvantage here. Open water, not in Wyvern's End, immediately disadvantage. 1, can't bind Lagiacrus like he could maybe on a Lagiacrus on land because they're submerged in water. 2, cannot use his array of weapons from monster parts. He could maybe bring in like Galavinus's like sharpened skull or blade, but that's it. Whatever Nakarkos brings in, that's what he's bringing in. And I'll be honest, just so it's like makes sense, I'm not even gonna say he's gonna have that, if I'm being honest. He just has the skulls that he normally has on his hand, because it just seems like he normally just has those skulls on him whenever. So immediately, Nakarkos is put at a disadvantage by coming down here to Abyssal's level. Now, even with that said, how does this go? And let's think about it, okay? Let's think about it for a second. What would Nakarkos most likely try to do on Abyssal? I feel like the first thing it would try to do, since it can't use its slime, right, its mucus to restrain him, I feel like Nakarkos would try to spray the slime near Abyssal so that it could create somewhat of a distraction, so that it would give Nakarkos some time to come in and grapple Abyssal so that it could start like munching and biting on Abyssal with its beak. That seems like it would be... Nakarkos is a clever monster. It seems like it would try that tactic, right? Issue, however, Abyssal is not your normal Lagiacrus. This guy would immediately, upon being, you know, strangled at first, would either would one, try to shake him off a little bit. If that didn't work, almost immediately, would then go into supernova, spraying a large, potent vast of electricity like this. All over Nakarkos, that's trying to wrap around him. And since it covers a huge area, because salt water is so conductive, it covers basically all of Nakarkos' body. If Nakarkos is trying to strangle him and bite into him, it covers all of him, getting him off him. I have a question. What's your question? What's your question, Viper? And as you're going to say your question, I'm going to keep on explaining, right? Now that... So, first encounter... Abyssal Lagiacrus got some damage off, and Nakarkos most likely got some, like, bites off with, like, its, serrated beak, probably hurting Lagiacrus, like, right here. Somewhere, like, over here. Most likely wasn't going to go for the main head or tail. Most likely was going to use a tendril to restrain the tail and the head, so that its body could start biting on, like, the limb. That would just make more sense. Right? However, well, it did some damage to Abyssal Lagiacrus. Abyssal Lagiacrus, lightning wave did some damage to Nakarkos. Despite not being weak to lightning, it was still strong enough to deter him away, which realistically it would. Nakarkos uses Lagiacrus spikes, so he's somewhat resistant. Objection, no, he's not. Just because you can use something doesn't mean you're immediately immune to it. Right? That does not mean you're immune to it. Nursilla uses Gypsy Rose and Kezu skin. But if you take away that skin, does that mean because he has that resistance with the skin on, that just normally it is? No. He has to be somewhat resistant. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that he's somewhat resistant. I would say that he understands the dangers that can come with a Lagiacrus. But I wouldn't say that he's resistant, no. Because he has used Lagiacrus spikes before. These things, these right here. Because he's used them, he's tossed them around. I wouldn't say because he's done that, he doesn't. I mean, the discharge hit him when he uses it. Yes, I get what you're saying, but I still say no. I would still say no, mainly for the fact that, like, a powerful Elder Dragon like that, just using some of the electricity that's in the spikes, I don't think is enough to, like, significantly hurt him. I don't think he built somewhat of resistant by just doing that. Now, you could have made a case if he primarily used Lagiacrus spikes, but he doesn't. He uses them, and then he's done with them. It's from Ivory? Really? Is it only... I mean, it's probably from Ivory and regular Lagiacrus, let's be honest. I don't think he's specifically going after Ivory, but still. It's from a regular Lagiacrus, so it probably doesn't care. Not only is it from regular Lagiacrus, it's, like, the energy that's just in the spikes themselves. Like, I don't think it's the same as if Lagiacrus, a regular Lagiacrus, just came out and, like, tried to, like, use his strongest attack right next to him. Right? It's not the same. Context matters. Nope. I'm gonna say no resistance. However, at this point, they both have gotten a hit off. What's next? Lagiacrus knows, don't let this guy get near me. he can restrain me. Nakarkos knows I can't get near him. He's gonna fucking blast me. And since Nakarkos can actually feel threatened now by an Abyssal Lagiacrus and understands this ain't gonna be a free lick, most likely he is going to try and shoot Abyssal Lagiacrus with the dragon element. Yes, Nakarkos at this point, at being put at such a disadvantage and not being able to reliably grapple a monster, would feel threatened. To the point where it most likely would do this. Again, trying to grapple this dude, and then this happens to you? Nah, I'm not getting near that. A smart monster like Abyss, a small monster like Nakarkos wouldn't do it again. At least I would hope he wouldn't. A clever monster and a very battle experienced monster like an Abyssal Lagiacrus would know to not let that happen again to him. The main laser or the little beams? I think he would try the little beams first, because I think the main beam is too strenuous on him. So I think he would try just like just fucking shooting the smaller beams at Abyssal Lagiacrus first. The issue with that is it would hurt, but it wouldn't take Abyssal Lagiacrus down. Even 1 or 2 shots from like the tentacle wouldn't take him down. 1 or 2 shots, that's not taking him down. I'll be honest. And he probably will get hit. He probably wouldn't expect dragon from Nakarkos. And especially a beam that goes straight through the water instead of the mucus that it shot previously. He wouldn't know this unless he fought in Nakarkos before. Right? So most likely, he would get hit at least once by the beam. Most likely. Here's where the issues arise. He's not going to let that shit hit him again. And you might think, really? You think he's going, like, Nakarkos is just going to be Stormtrooper aim? I don't think he's going to be Stormtrooper aim. I think Abyssal Lagiacrus is just going to be a little bit strategic, and use his speed to just close the gap and try to get on top of Lagiacrus, or bite around the face while discharging. And at that point, it's hard to say what would happen next, if I'm being honest. Multiple things could happen. It's hard to say. Do you think Nakarkos knows about the valve? Hell no. Nakarkos is smart. He's clever. He's not a fucking marine biologist. He don't know that. He knows about the spikes. He probably knows about the bite force. He knows about the jaws being dangerous. He knows about the electricity. He would not know about the valve. No. Right? Let's be reasonable. These still, at the end of the day, are animals, okay? Again, veteran, right? A veteran monster and a smart monster like Nakarkos. So these guys aren't idiots by any monster standard, but they're not just like super duper smart. They're not like humans, okay? So a few things could happen. One, I'm gonna say something, and it might be a little controversial. I think Abyssal Lagiacrus would try to sidestep a little bit on Nakarkos and try to bite off one of its tendrils. And I think if it gets his hand on Nakarkos' tendril, just like this whole mouth, this mouth right here, this mouth, if it got its entire mouth around Nakarkos' tendril, I think he's just biting it off. Nakarkos' tendrils are nowhere near as well defensed as its main body. Nowhere near as well as defensible as his main body. Actually, we can just look at that real quick. Whoops. When we look at the tendrils, yeah, see, like there are pieces of the tendrils that you can openly see. There are gaps in the armor. I think if he gets one good solid bite it, do a death roll because it's an alligator, or use the good old Leviathan special and try to like what is it? Wrap himself around and thrash it around. He's biting that shit off. By the way, I didn't leave a like. Let me leave a like. Now, here's the thing. Would Nakarkos let Abyssal get that close? I think he would try not to, but I don't... Again, did you just see that? Abyssal is fast. Again, from 1 second on the screen, count it. 1, 2. To over here, 2 seconds. From over here to over there. On this one side of the arena, other side of the arena. That quickly. They're meaty though. It's a crocodile. I'm sorry, an alligator bite. It doesn't matter if they're meaty. That shit in real life crunches through turtle shells like that. Super easy. It's also, don't look that up. It's very disturbing and it's very sad to see a turtle shell get cracked like that. And this isn't regular Lagiacrus. With regular Lagiacrus, I could actually make that argument, right? Probably wouldn't be able to do it in one go. Abyssal? No. If they're in the similar size range, a tendril is able to fit through there. And just snapping down and thrashing around, like we've seen him do in Wilds, like regular Lagiacrus in Wilds, that thing is coming off. And I feel like that's very plausible. I feel like that's very plausible. Now, I will say with this whirlwind move, I don't think he would do this on Nakarkos, mainly for the fact of I don't think this would do much to Nakarkos, and I think this is more for like smaller enemies that are annoying him. I think this is what these whirlpools are mainly for. I don't think he would use this for that. He's not cutting it off with the armor on. I beg to differ. I beg to differ. You know, pressure travels through, my friend. Pressure travels through. And it's not like Brachydios armor. It's stitched together bones. It is stitched together bones. He bites right here, from like right here to like right here, ripping that off. See ya, dude. Man, I got a dip, 5%. Thanks for the distraction spot. I mean, nice night, fellas. Bye, Volcano. Bye-bye. I'm saying he rips it off. Do you think Nakarkos... Oh, yeah, we are at that. Nakarkos wouldn't care at all. Like he uses them to hunt fish. No. No. This... I know what you're talking about. You're thinking about that other aquatic, crocodilian. No. These jaws are not for fish. You can use them to catch fish, 100%. These are not designed for specifically fish. For example, hold on. That's nice. Croc dial that eats mainly fish. Here we go. This one. No, not that one. I saw it on the screen just a second ago. God damn it. Not that one, not that one, not that one, not that one. I saw it on the screen for like 1 second. Here we go. This dude. You're thinking of this. These are for fish. These are for fish. Not regular crocodile. Or again, I say alligator. That's not the same thing as this gang. Oh, I mean the whirlpools. God damn it. Because I was talking about biting stuff off, and then you guys are saying things about other things. God damn it. Yes, he wouldn't care. Nakarkos wouldn't care about the whirlpools. Most likely he wouldn't. So he wouldn't do that. Now, at this point, Nakarkos missing a limb. Again, well, okay, not really a limb. Alright, but a tendril. And has incurred some damage. Meanwhile, Abyssal Lagiacrus has taken some damage. And is hurt, but is still completely fine to go on. Right? He doesn't have anything ripped. At this point, Abyssal Lagiacrus, I'm sorry, Nakarkos would probably, with his life feeling threatened, even more so, will try to shoot the big laser. Now, here's the issue with the big laser. It does take time to charge up. It takes about maybe 3 to 4 seconds, and it's very telegraphed. If it's standing there for 1 second, basically this is how it goes, right? If this laser hits Abyssal Lagiacrus, he's kid. He's done. He's done. Done for. Out of the commission. Right? If Nakarkos misses the big laser, Abyssal Lagiacrus will either do two things. One, try gnawing at its, like, back and its flippers and all that, and try tearing off as much as it can. Or two, biting off the other tendril. Which, I'm not gonna lie, I think it'd go for the other tendril. Smart monsters do try to go for weaknesses or things to make it harder. We saw Rune and Gigante climb onto Basil and specifically attack the wing, so Basil would fly and not put up as much trouble. Of course, I'm saying that with Rune and Gigante, right? But Rune Gigante is an older individual. Abyssal Lagiacrus is old as shit and very experienced. I think he would go for another one. And at that point, if Abyssal Lagiacrus gets both of those things, rip it off. And if you say, and like, here's the thing, right? If Abyssal Lagiacrus can take off one, he's taking off the other one. Even less resistance, because it doesn't have, because with the other one gone, how's Nakarkos going to be able to defend itself? It can't. And if it gets those two off, that's it. That's basically it. Nakarkos has no real way to defend itself from Abyssal Lagiacrus. Again, it could still try shooting its laser, but it's bleeding out. It is bleeding out. It ripped off the tendrils. It's bleeding. It doesn't have its main tentacles to use as offense or defense. It might try running away, but even then, that's not it. So, in this scenario where Nakarkos goes down to Abyssal's level and isn't smart about it, and allows Abyssal to get good hits on, Abyssal wins. Abyssal wins. Again, if the big laser hit Abyssal Lagiacrus, he's dead. If Abyssal Lagiacrus was for some reason stupid, despite being like a fucking veteran in like battles and stuff, then he loses, obviously. He's dumb. He's doing dumb things. He's doing dumb things. But I feel like with as many disadvantages in the beginning of the fight that Nakarkos was going into, aka its slime not having the sticky property and not having its full array of arsenal, it's very possible for Abyssal Lagiacrus just to win. Again, Nakarkos could still win in this scenario, but in this scenario, in this home turf, where Nakarkos is fighting Abyssal here, then I see like 65 out of 100 times Abyssal winning. What if Nakarkos shoots the tentacle dragon beam as Abyssal is ripping it off? It could either do two things. Either it'll make Abyssal clench on more and try dragging it off even farther as it's like trying to run away. Similar to how even though you're struggling, like an alligator will still like grab you and just like, even if you're kicking it in the face, it'll still probably drag you and hold on to you even tighter and drag you into the water. Or Abyssal Lagiacrus will let go. Right? The reason why I think Abyssal Lagiacrus would be able to rip off the tendril before this happens is purely because of the sheer first off, bite force and the physical force and speed that Abyssal Lagiacrus can perform. Again, being able to create whirlwinds around you from how fast you're moving and how powerful you are. This means, imagine if he held onto Abyssal Lagiacrus held on to Nakarkos' tendril and just spun around in a death roll. That thing's coming off almost instantly. And we've seen monsters fight other monsters way differently than they fight us. No, like if it gets cut off and then dragon comes out of the cut part. He wouldn't be able to use it properly. If you're thinking like, oh, he just has his tentacle like shortened and he can still use it, no. I don't see any reason to think that he would be able to do that. And even if dragon starts to come out of it, it would be messy and it would probably hurt him and it wouldn't be effective. Maybe dragon could still come out of the tentacle, but it wouldn't be effective. It would most likely hurt him, if I'm being honest. But potentially. Right? But I feel like, again, Abyssal Lagiacrus wins more times than not in this scenario where Nakarkos comes into Abyssal's lair, right? He's down here, you're in my home turf now, right? There's no bones, there's no restocking, there's nothing. I feel like Abyssal Lagiacrus wins more times than not. As in, he starts before it gets cut off and it keeps going after. Oh, well then I guess it would hurt his mouth. Potentially, it could hurt his mouth. I don't think it would break the valve because us as a hunter didn't just like punch the roof of his mouth and the valve broke. We specifically shot where the valve was. We aimed and we shot that. And so unless he got like super lucky, unless the Nakarkos got super lucky and hit the valve on the way out, then still, I guess he would just get more hurt. He would just get hurt. You'd just be more hurt than he would have in the other scenario. But not by a large amount, but he would get more hurt. He would he would have taken more damage. Okay, so I'm giving Abyssal Lagiacrus this 1 point. He took 1 round. Second round. Nakarkos uses its weird smelling funky thing that it releases from its tentacles. I forgot what specifically it was or what it was called. But that's how like Nakarkos lures prey near it, right? It uses that to try and lure something into Wyvern's End. And Abyssal Lagiacrus gets lured into Wyvern's End. So now Abyssal Lagiacrus is on Nakarkos' home turf. Nakarkos, no restrictions. How does this go? This is pretty much GG's. That's the mucus? Oh, is it the mucus? Does the mucus actually like bring in like stuff? I thought it was something else. I thought they secreted something else. I have to leave. It's 4:49 and I have to wake up and bye. I hope you all have a great night. Bye, person. Bye. No restrictions for either, really. Well, I'm saying no restrictions because Abyssal Lagiacrus in the first scenario didn't have any restrictions. Nothing was going against him there. While there was some restrictions for Nakarkos. In Wyvern's End, there's still pretty much no restrictions for Abyssal Lagiacrus, but now there's no restrictions for Nakarkos. And I'm not gonna lie, this is weird. This is really weird. Because unlike how we fight Nakarkos in Wyvern's End, we're on a little platform of bones and stuff. That's most likely that's not how they're gonna fight. It's most likely not how they're gonna fight. Abyssal Lagiacrus and Nakarkos are probably going to be under the water, under the sea, underneath the bone pile, fighting each other. Now, the difference here is Nakarkos knows its way around its home and can restock on boulders, on Glavenus heads, and Brachydio slime. The issue is, I don't know if Nakarkos' slime would be useful. It can be useful still if Abyssal Lagiacrus... I'll be honest, if Abyssal Lagiacrus tries to go on... on land, on, like, the bones and stuff, he'll probably just, like, fall down. Like, it would just, like, break under his pressure, like, under his weight. He'll just fall down. This is strange, because they're both fine. I think I would just eventually give it to Nakarkos, mainly for the fact of Nakarkos would most likely get the first hit on. For the reason of the scenario being it's luring Abyssal Lagiacrus to its lair. It's luring Abyssal Lagiacrus to its lair. And since it's not as open as it is in Abyssal Lagiacrus' lair, he can flood the entire thing with so much more slime obscuring the view. It would still be difficult, but I would actually give it to Nakarkos in Wyvern's End. Weirdly enough, the Uragon Pounders wouldn't do as much damage to Uragon because of his, like, crocodilian nature. His crocodilian body. Right? The Brachydio slime probably just wouldn't do good in water, but I guess we don't know that, but most likely it wouldn't do good in water. Right? The Lagiacrus spikes just wouldn't do shit to Lagiacrus. And the Glavenus skull is probably the best thing, and the Glavenus tail for piercing. Which, actually, now thinking about it, that is actually the best thing for him. Restocking on Glavenus skulls and tails. I think it would be harder, but I think now that the option of land is possible, and Nakarkos can restock on sharp objects, being the skull of Glavenus and the Glavenus tails. I think by whittling down Abyssal Lagiacrus and drawing it out, I think Nakarkos would win. And that's not just assuming the fact that after a drawn-out battle, Nakarkos doesn't just, like, spam the lasers. Right? There's a good chance that Nakarkos also tries to go after the spikes on the ambush. There's a good chance of that. Because Nakarkos knows that the power of Lagiacrus come from the spikes. Of course, Abyssal Lagiacrus is a little bit different, right? Because of the organ. But with that, it might try to bite off the spikes, even though it's dangerous, or try breaking them with the first encounter. Right? The slime won't work underwater, but with an ambush and with Nakarkos' elite ball knowledge, you know what I'm saying? It could do that. Doesn't Nakarkos shoot down rocks and shit from the environment? Does it? What? Does it? I don't think it does. And the entire time we were watching the footage, I don't remember seeing that. And here's the thing. Now that Glavenus skulls and tails are on the table, there is now an actual genuine risk. Before there was a small risk, but not as much, right? Of Nakarkos hitting fucking Abyssal Lagiacrus in the dynamo organ. If that happens, even if a scratch happens to that organ, the fight instantly turns. overall, Nakarkos just has everything in its own home to draw out a battle and to potentially finish it with, in the scenario that I gave, in the second scenario, which is that it's luring Abyssal Lagiacrus to the Wyvern's End, I would give it to Nakarkos. You know where the Daimyo is? Didn't he say that it was right here? Am I tweaking? Or did it? Okay, hold on. Did it? I may have misremembered where the hunter said that it stabbed him. But I thought he was like, I stabbed the monster in its body. So I'm assuming it was here. It's probably not like here. Or like here. Or probably near the tail. I thought it was more like towards the chest area. Abdomen, hip. Oh. Oh, that's even more reason for that to happen. Now, Abyssal Lagiacrus, I'm sorry. Nakarkos would almost certainly not know of the Daimyo organ. Or, I say Daimyo. Dynamo organ. Wouldn't know of that. Why would it know of that? Right? Why would it legitimately know of that? But if it's stabbing into it, there is still a chance that it could stab into the organ. Right? With the gelatinous tail, which 100% with the force of Nakarkos and the like the sharpness of the tail, that is just going through him. Like how Zulu does Ebony Dogron. He'd probably hit it during the ambush, maybe. Probably not. I don't think he's going to be using the Glavenus skull and tail in the ambush. I think he's going to try and do as much damage wrapping around him and trying to damage the shockers as much as he can in the ambush. Because he doesn't, because in the scenario, he's luring something. He doesn't know about Abyssal Lagiacrus. He's luring something into Wyvern's End. It's just that Nakarkos sees that it's a Lagiacrus, so he'll probably do this. If a hunter pierced through it, Nakarkos sure can. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If the hunter can beat Y Fatalis, and Nakarkos can beat hunters, then obviously Nakarkos can beat Y Fatalis. You know what I'm saying? Of course he can. That's a joke. 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 I do agree with you, but I just think it's funny that if a hunter can piece through it, then so can this monster. It's like, yes, but not necessarily for everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because a hunter can do something doesn't mean a monster could theoretically also do it. But I do agree with you with what you're saying. Bro might only need his beak for that. It depends on how deep the organ is. If the organ is more like, yeah, it kind of just depends on, like, how deep the organ is. Or where the organ is specifically located. But potentially the beak could do it. You know what I'm saying? Again, this wouldn't be an easy battle. Because the fact of the matter is, Nakarkos, like, strangles its prey. Like, sticks them, strangles them, slowly bites into them, and kills them, right? With Abyssal Lagiacrus being able to discharge its body almost constantly in the water, this ain't going to be easy for Nakarkos. But a long, drawn-out battle where it can resupply itself and use the dragon element, you know what I'm saying? I think Nakarkos has the opportunity to win in Wyvern's End. Nakarkos be grabbing the first build like hunters do before the quest. Just send them to death battle already. Just send them to death battle already. Alright, I'll send a submit form. I'll be like, guys, we need death battle to do a fucking death battle on Abyssal Lagiacrus versus Nakarkos. Okay. So, round 2 goes to Nakarkos. Round 2 goes to Nakarkos. So far, both opponents, both monsters have a 1 point. Abyssal Lagiacrus in round 1, where Nakarkos went to Lagiacrus' turf, right? Lagiacrus most likely wins. Where round 2, where Lagiacrus goes to Wyvern's End on Nakarkos' turf, most likely Nakarkos wins. Point to Nakarkos. Now, what could round 3 be? What could it be? I'm curious. Well... Round 3 is a fusion between round 1 and round 2. Round 3 is most likely probably like one of the most accurate depictions of how this fight would go. Round 3 would start like how round 1 did. Right? It would start like how round 1 did. Nakarkos runs up on Abyssal Lagiacrus, just swimming by, minding his own business, right? And Nakarkos would try to kill and attack Lagiacrus, thinking that it's just another Lagiacrus. Right? So basically round 3 starts the same way as round 1. And it doesn't differ until Abyssal Lagiacrus bites off one of the tendrils of Nakarkos. At this point, instead of staying where Lagiacrus is and keep on fighting him, like how Nakarkos did in round 1, it's going to flee using its jet propulsion to flee to Wyvern's End and lick its wounds. Realistically, that is what would happen. If a monster were to lose a limb, if a monster were to lose something very precious to it, it probably isn't going to stay and fight. If the damage is big enough, it's most likely going to try to run away. However, Abyssal Lagiacrus ain't having it. So he chases down Nakarkos at Wyvern's End. Now, Abyssal Lagiacrus is in Wyvern's End with Nakarkos. So the stage is set. Both monsters in Wyvern's End. Abyssal Lagiacrus took some damage, like how he did in round 1. Knows about Nakarkos' weakness. Bite of the tendril, don't let the dragon energy hit it. Right? Nakarkos fully on max like urgency now. This monster just ripped off my tendril. It chased me. I have to fight for my life right now or it's going to kill me. So now Nakarkos going full tryhard mode, but is missing a tendril and is bleeding. What happens? And that is a great question. What do you guys think? With the scenario I put for you right now in scenario 3, how do you think it would really go down? I think Nakarkos would try and equip itself with a Glavenus sword, Glavenus tail, or a skull. Have it equipped, but shoot through it. Have it equipped on its tendril, but shoot dragon energy through it. And try to keep its distance away from Abyssal Lagiacrus. Abyssal Lagiacrus will still probably try and go through it. I think Abyssal Lagiacrus would still try to get near Nakarkos. However, Nakarkos would most likely turn the entire area bioluminescent blue with the slime and try creating as much screen as it could, like it did in the first scenario, to try and blind Abyssal Lagiacrus as much as it can. So it can either... No, it's not running away. I'm sorry, Nakarkos is not running away again. It's going in. But so that Abyssal Lagiacrus doesn't know as much where it is. And unlike the first scenario where I'm like, Abyssal Lagiacrus most likely will like spin away or try to get out of this, Abyssal Lagiacrus is going to take way more damage. And I think due to the smoke screen, due to the ink screen, Laggy might get tired after chasing the Nakarkos all the way too. Well, okay, if you say that Lagiacrus, like that Nakarkos flees after getting its tendril bit off, and Abyssal Lagiacrus decides halfway after chasing it that it's not worth the calories, or it's not worth it, then Abyssal Lagiacrus wins. It's basically like it won a turf war. Think of it kind of like the Rajay and Kirin turf war in Iceborne. Rajang doesn't kill Kieran in the turf war, but it rips off the horn, eats it, and powers up, right? Rajang won that turf war. Both monsters are still alive, but it won that turf war. Think of it like that, then. If you say that's probably how it would go, and truthfully, I could actually see that happening, then you could say that Abyssal Lagiacrus won the turf war. And would win round 3. But, for argument's sake, let's say that wasn't the case. I think it's, like, very, very close situationally on who wins in Wyvern's End. Because if Abyssal Lagiacrus uses all that ink in the cloud to then get off one good shot of its massive fucking dragon laser, Abyssal Lagiacrus dies. If for some reason it can't finish the fight, if it can't, well, here's the thing, right? It's bleeding out. It probably can't, afford to stall too much. I think Abyssal Lagiacrus would start to understand what's happening and just completely rush down Nakarkos and use everything it has in, like, one burst. And if it gets its jaws on that other tendril, or heck, another flipper or something, Abyssal Lagiacrus wins. But if he decides to go all the way there, he'd get tired when he gets there. I'm not sure you guys have seen. Abyssal Lagiacrus is still fucking dangerous when it's tired. Even if, let's say, it is tired. Right? However, the thing that you're forgetting is that in the scenario, Nakarkos is missing a limb. Again, not a limb, a tendril. It's bleeding out. It's missing a tendril. It's fatigued. It's also taking damage. It's still pretty decently even. Hello, Pagan. Hello, Pagan. Super cool question. Do we think the mucus is conductive? Is squid ink conductive? Let's just... Because most likely is squid... Whoops. Squid ink conductive. Because in the water, it would act more like squid ink. Squid ink is not conductive. It's primarily composed of myelin and mucus, which is served as a defense mechanism for squids at their sensitive danger, while squid ink can conduct electricity due to its content, it is not designed for electrical conductivity. So it's not, so it's in water, it's conductive, right? It's not like rubber, but it's not like super conductive. Like the stuff that makes up ink isn't especially conductive, but it's in salt water, and it's not like rubber where it just like negates electricity. So not conductive, like specifically conductive, but at the same time, it's surrounded in salt water, so it's not going to really be a hindrance. Probably not, and that's assuming that's it's the same as ink in the water, which it probably is. I'm not gonna hold you. I think if we take everything, I think this is heavily dependent on so many variables. However, Abyssal Lagiacrus, like right here, again, just out in open water, like how a Nakarkos would maybe try to fight an adolescent Sadeas, right? Just out in the open water. So Nakarkos tries to do the same thing with Abyssal Lagiacrus, open water. I think Abyssal Lagiacrus has enough force in the bite strength and everything, I think, to maybe pull it off. Again, it's completely dependent on, like, environment. But if we're talking about just open water, Nakarkos' slime isn't sticky. Nakarkos also can't restock if even change bones. The moment it loses bones, that's it. And if you want to say Nakarkos flees to go and collect bones, then you could just say Abyssal Lagiacrus was able to, like, win the turf war. My question goes more towards if it can insulate Nakarkos from discharge to some extent. I don't think so. I don't think insulate. Insulate, I wouldn't say that. I would not say insulate. Again, it's not particularly conductive. I don't think it would work against Nakarkos, but I wouldn't say it would insulate it. So, here's what we got so far. Here's what we have so far. Here is what we have so far. We have round 1, Abyssal Lagiacrus. Round 2, Nakarkos. Round 3 is like 2 different scenarios within a scenario. Either one, Abyssal Lagiacrus decides it's not worth it to chase after Nakarkos, and if you think of it like that, then Abyssal Lagiacrus wins the turf war, therefore winning round 3, and therefore winning the whole thing. However, if you do think that he would chase down Nakarkos, and would get also a bit tired from doing it, then it is completely dependent on who gets the next kill shot. If Abyssal Lagiacrus is able to bite off that other arm, Abyssal Lagiacrus wins. If Nakarkos is able to zone out Abyssal Lagiacrus enough to make him lose his stamina and to get a lucky shot off on either his throat, his dynamo organ, or something, Nakarkos wins. I personally think that Abyssal Lagiacrus is a horrible enemy for Nakarkos specifically. Uduna, get out of here. Almudron, get out of here. Sedeus even doesn't have a super good way to shake off Nakarkos if Nakarkos were to get on it, right? Similar to like sperm whales, right? But just being able to discharge a super potent amount of electricity and just spam it without losing almost anything is broken. So it's a tie. I say it would be a tie. I would say that it's so unbelievably evenly matched that it is completely well, all this is speculatory, right? But they're like, again, Abyssal Lagiacrus is such a bad opponent for Nakarkos specifically, right? I think it really depends on certain scenarios, like Jindahad versus Gameth. So think of it more like a Jindahad versus Gameth. I would say like 55 out of 100 times, I'd give it Abyssal Lagiacrus. However, if you said Nakarkos wins, like I said in the beginning of today's stream, I don't blame you. You're probably actually right. If you say Abyssal Lagiacrus wins, you're probably right. It's such a close match after like analyzing everything, even with everything we've said, that like it's just too hard to say. I would say that. Okay, if you guys had to give one extra percentage to either Nakarkos or Abyssal Lagiacrus winning in open water, who would you give it to? Open water. Nothing around either of them. Open water. There's nothing around any of them. Open water. Who would you give it to? Who would you give the slight edge to, in your opinion? I said Abyssal Lagiacrus. Just barely. Again, he's not a dumb animal, so that's why I give it to him. That's why I have my money very slightly more in Abyssal Lagiacrus. But I want to know about you guys. What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe so? Get it. Hello? Laggy, he's our man. He can't do it. No one can. It depends on how much the discharge affects Nakarkos. So like I think like if like it's just like regular ball of charge, it probably would hurt him relatively, but it wouldn't be like anything devastating. The only reason I'm saying the discharge would probably be way like a really good deterrent is because if Nakarkos is fucking on Abyssal Lagiacrus and he does that where is it? It's over here. I think literally was that. And like he discharges right on him. Oh wait, here it is. Right? I think that's just, and again, he can spam it. That's going to hurt after a little bit. Actually, that's going to hurt, and it's going to really build up after a bit. Again, being able to spam this, that's crazy. We didn't even bring into question Nakarkos' mimicry. I don't think Abyssal Lagiacrus is the type of monster you want to mimic to. Because that would just, if you're not trying full on with Abyssal Lagiacrus, even Nakarkos, you're set up to failure. Lucky Def has the advantage in open water, but if Nakarkos gets in one lucky valve shot, it's over anywhere. Yeah, Abyssal, I will say this. Nakarkos has 2 undisputed win cons. 1, just absolutely shred. Actually, I mean, technically 3 undisputed win cons. 1, damaging the dynamo organ. 2, hitting the valve in his mouth. 3, getting 1 good clean hit from the giant dragon energy laser beam, right? Those are 3 win cons. And it's so weird to say that despite having 3 win cons, I still low-key got money on Abyssal Lagiacrus. It's so weird. But you know what? That's why it's so interesting to talk about this stuff, right? Because on paper, you would actually probably, yeah, again, say Lagiacrus. But again, on paper, with Rajang versus Lagiacrus, you would probably put your money on Rajang. How did that end up, though? Not very good. What would happen if he rammed Shell first into Laggy? That would be a horrible decision. It might stagger Laggy slightly, but his entire body is built for blunt force damage. And his like spike, he's like kind of like spike, like shell thing on his like forehead isn't spiky enough, isn't like sharp enough. I'm sorry, I said spiky enough. Isn't sharp enough to be like a Galavitas tail. He's not just going to spear himself into Lagiacrus. Basically, this is how Lagiacrus is going to look for like 1 second, getting rammed into, and then immediately counterattack. Okay, I'm very scared. The video isn't playing. Okay, there we go. I don't know why the video wasn't playing. I was getting very scared. Damn, that's crazy. 6 hours of yapping. 6 hours. Basically 7 hours of yapping. Just to say that it's a very, it's a tie. That's crazy. 7 hours of yapping. Oh, I mean his, basically his jet rocket butt first? Yeah, no. That would just be a bad idea. Team Chato or Team... Okay, bro, I'm saying, oh, you're saying Cha-Cha. I thought you said Chato. I'm saying Cha-Cha. That's crazy. 7.5 hours. 7.5. Actually, more like 7 hours. 7 hours of yapping, of analyzing, going over monster weaknesses, strengths, talking about crocodilian armor and all of this, talking about the velvet worms, fucking super glue. Hey, Fort Borican and crew, welcome in. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you. All of that just to say that it's too close to really consider it it's too close to actually say an actual winner. It really is another Gameth and Jindahad situation. So, what do you guys think about today's stream? I'm sorry that I wasn't able to stream on Monday, but hey, this stream was pretty good, right? This stream was pretty good. We learned stuff that was useful for other situations. We did. It's peak. It's good for me, thank you. How do you guys think we covered it? Do you guys think we covered it pretty good? Basically, what you guys just saw right now is how I do research for, like, monster matchups. Listen, my videos might be simple. They might not have the best editing. But you better believe I don't half-ass my videos. You better believe I don't. I put the work into this shit. You better believe it. I hope no copyright claim pops up. Oh, 100% something popped up. Actually, I'm very curious. Did anything pop up? I'm very curious. Did anything pop up for the last one? It seems no. At least not yet. Copyrights aren't immediate. Hey, I will say this video did pretty good. Or this stream's doing pretty good. First stream got almost 700 views. The last big stream that we had that had 700 was the overpowered abilities stream. Now I will say this. I always gotta do this. My man, he's been helping me out in the back. He's been helping me out in the background. He got 20 bucks from me today. I did. I will say that I did. Too bad Art didn't give me his entire bank account for the PC. Too bad. Nah, I'm joking. Think it's just me, Gnarly, and Viper left? What? No, we got 14 other guys in here. 14 other fellas. We dropped a little bit, but yeah, we still got a bit of people in here. What are you talking about? Most people would check the Discord for my newest edition. What'd you put? What'd you put? What'd you put? Where? Is it in art? Did you put in art? Suggestions, art. No idea what the fuck that is. Oh, it's in general. No way! It's the boy! I came back. Hello, Godly. It's the boy with the fucking underchin. The underbite. The Underdigger! That's pretty cool. Hold on, though. It was 50 bucks? Damn, that's expensive. Who leaked my selfie? I will say, this guy has been helping me out so much in the back. I want you all to go show him some love. I think you all know who it is. Hey, I always carry the streams. I don't know about that. No, I'm just kidding. Everyone, Tiger has been such a wonderful help for me.
Yes.
And
no place to call home. We must let them join.
I
our
want you
cults.
all to like.
Starving followers.
I want you all to follow me. Here, Aratoga Tiger. He only has 133 followers, criminal. This guy's always so chill, always so down to collab, helps me on the background if I need some help with computers. He's just
people in here.
so awesome.
Okay, we went back to 8. What's good, Spottable? I'm live right now. Plug yourself, gang. Oh, how you doing? What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Aratoga Tiger, your host of the most. Right now, I'm doing a Cult of the Lamb following. And if you guys do follow me on Twitch, you guys will be able to help support the cult as well as affect the game overall. You'll be able to tell me what can and cannot happen.
W.
I need to assign. I need to reassign the bed. Yeah. I think it's. I forget.
He also
which
has
one.
a
One of these guys
Discord,
snores too
which
loudly,
I
but I'm gonna set
don't
it
know
for
where that
him.
is actually. You might not have it here.
Unoccupied.
Go
and
to
I'm
the
gonna set it
Discord.
for the other one.
You always come into his chat and tell him, ask him, hey, oh, you had Discord? Let me know.
Oh, let me see. Read your mind.
He hasn't been live as of lately. That's because, you know, life stuff, you know, I understand. Yeah, definitely go support him. I would normally plug in Crystal, but she's okay. She's okay. She doesn't need to get a shout out always or stuff. Or does that sound mean? That might be rude. Is that rude? Nah, that's not rude. Is that rude? I don't know. I low-key stole half the show tonight. Kind of. You were participating with the class a lot. I'm very appreciative of you. Nah, Viper is the real go. He keeps the saying on the screen. Yeah, I'm glad Viper keeps you all in check. I would hope you guys didn't need to be in check, but I'm glad I at least put someone in charge of keeping. I mean, I also check from time to time. Don't think I'm like ignorant. I do. I know. I might not always talk, but I know. It's like my comment section. I don't always comment back, but I read all of my comments. I don't always comment back, but I read all of them. Not gonna lie, I'm like that in my college. I answer every question. Miss Cakerson, you forgot to collect our homework, Miss Cakerson. Viper gets a gold star for participation. Yeah, Viper gets a gold star. Gold star. Alright, what? You want to chat on your own Discord? What? Literally. Alright, guys, it's late. It's literally 9:30 for me. Today was a great stream, but I need to get off. Today was a great stream. Yes, we didn't actually have a winner. We didn't have a definitive answer for who would win Abyssal Lagiacrus versus Nakarkos. But it was still a great time power scaling and talking about Monster Hunter. It was still a great time. I low-key might do a Minecraft stream tomorrow, but maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe not. But yeah. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching. And if you made it all the way to the end of the video, please, for me, Abyssal Lagiacrus and Nakarkos, oh, excuse me, and the cake I ate, hit the subscribe and the like button. The support helps me out so much, and I'm so glad to see that you guys are still supporting me. I'm very thankful. Please let your luck let you play Minecraft tomorrow. I probably will. I don't really want to play Marathon. I want to play Marathon with Tiger, but it would be last minute, and I don't want to do that to Tiger. He already has something planned for his week. I'd be okay with Remnant and stuff, but low-key, I've been kind of in a Minecraft mood a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow. Stay safe, my hunters.